You are now listening to Pull Hook Golf, an unfiltered golf podcast taking you inside the ropes with unfiltered stories, insights, analysis, and exclusive interviews. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm Matt Cook. This is the famous Bobby Brown. And my goodness, do we have an episode for you, because it's episode number 50. We were talking a little bit about it last week as we had your son on, the Corn Ferry Caddy superstar, who's now going to be caddying in the same event as you this week. Let's not give anything away quite yet, because Bobby's down in Honda, and if anybody has paid attention, Troy's not in the field this week. So we've got some news. We're going to be talking about some different things here. Obviously, we'll jump into some story time with Matt and Bobby here. We'll catch up on the past week. And then from there, we're going to talk about that Genesis Invitational at Riv. My goodness, was that a good one, Bobby?
Yeah, it was. I mean, who's the best player in the world right now? It's so hard to figure out.
Yeah, I really can't put it together.
How long does Adam Hayes have to keep caddying for? I mean, he's worth millions. How much do you think he's made this year? He's got to be.
Well, they were saying, what did Rahm win so far? 7 million or something like that in 3 events.
Yeah, I'm sure he's paid well. I mean, he might have made close to $750,000 already. Well, thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's actually freaking Greg Norman's taking credit for all of this, of course.
Of course.
He posted it on social media and everything. But we've got LIV Golf with the Mayakoba. I mean, it's weird to say Mayakoba and say LIV Golf in the same sentence.
I know.
That's coming up. I mean, there's some developments there. We're gonna really break that down. We're gonna put a positive spin on that, Bobby. I know it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna put a positive spin there.
Sure.
We've also got the upcoming Honda Classic, which is where you're at, which is where my background is this week. And then we've got Netflix's Full Swing. We're gonna recap that a little bit. We're gonna talk about our favorite episodes. And we've got a full pack show, but without further ado, I would like to say that this 50th episode is sponsored by Bushwood Spirits. So Bushwood, thank you so much. My goodness, we've got the Stillwater Rye, we've got the Long Ball here, and then last but not least, this is the one I've been drinking there, Bobby. The Front Nine. This one's got the bronze top to it. Holy shit, is that good stuff?
The inventory's going down on the Front Nine there.
It is. I started dipping into it on the last episode, and then you know, one thing led to another, and I forgot how good Bushwood Spirits is. And once you start dabbling a little bit, I might have had an extra glass after the episode last week, because that was a 2-hour marathon. So
I had a caddy catch me on the putting green today, Zach Williamson. He works for Doc Redman, and he came up to me and he goes, "You're not going to believe what I did the other night." And I go, "What?" You know? And he goes, "I had a couple hours to burn, so I listened to your podcast." I go, "Oh yeah, that was the 2-hour one." I go, "That's not even one of the they're all good, but there's many other ones." He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to catch up." He goes, "Man, you really got it out for a lot of people, don't you?"
Yeah, keep it on the DL, people. Keep it on the DL. Spread the word about the podcast, but don't be ratting Bobby out here.
No. I can do that on my own. It was fun though. It was cool for him to say that.
It was.
Anyway,
now a little story time. Let's catch up, Bobby. How was your week at Riviera? Obviously, it wasn't the best result, but how was it out there?
Well, it was good. It was good. I mean, I'm bummed that we missed another cut. This is 4 in a row. He's probably going through, he's obviously going through one of those phases, that's for sure. So I do, whenever anything's bad, you always try and find something positive, right, Matt? Like anything in life. So I was doing some research on his past years and stuff like that. And I did, whipped cream on shit, but I did notice when he won Quicken Loans, he missed 5 cuts in a row and then came out of the blue. And every so often, a month or two, you'll hear about some guy. Man, this guy, you read in the paper, this guy missed 6, 7, 8 cuts in a row, and then he won, or he finished second, or he finished third, or he finished fourth. But when things aren't going good in golf, Matt, they don't go good. But I will tell you that we didn't get off to the greatest start, but not a horrible start. You know, we were even or one over all day, you know, and then he made a couple bogeys late. So you go back to the hotel room and you're like, this putt's gonna be even. We're three over. There's not a lot of birdies out there. There's some birdies, Matt, but there's plenty of holes out there when you swing when you get to 12 where you just kind of hang on for life and death and you try and make some pars. And I knew he was going to hit a run at some. Oh,
You're still there,
man.
Bobby. You're still there. Well, your video went out for a second here, which is
If
completely
this,
fine. But keep rolling
yeah,
with it. You're
but
you're doing just fine.
I'm gonna keep rolling. I don't know what the problem is here, folks. So this is number one of this happening six times. I'm warning everybody. So I had this sneaky suspicion he was going to hit some kind of run. I was not happy when he made a quick bogey. We teed off on number 10. He made a quick bogey. We got to four over. The golf course was playing hard. We figured the cut was going to be even par, but then all of a sudden he hits this little run and he gets to three over, and then he gets to two over, and he's got about 15 feet for eagle on number one, and if he buries that, he's going to get back to even, and he hits a good putt. He makes a birdie there. Then he gets through number two, which is a really good hole. Hits a great shot in there to 20 feet. Stuffs it on three. So we're on four of the super hard par three, and we're even, right? We're on the number. And I'm like, here's the rush. Here's the rush is coming. And whether you're tied for 65th or tied for second, here's the whole rush. And number four is a very hard, probably played well over par. And we missed a short putt there to make bogey and hit a nice shot on the next hole. And two putted made par. And we got to six, the famous number six with the bunker in the middle of the green. And it's a back left pin, and there's a huge ramp back up there if you watched on TV that those guys will use, and they'll purposely hit it back there on that ramp and have it come back. And he hit a great shot in there. It climbed the ramp a little bit, and somehow it came rolling back onto the green, and it stopped like about 20 feet above the hole, and he ran it by 20 feet. He ran
Mm-hmm.
it fucking by 20 feet, and we were one over at that time. But during that time, in that previous 45 minutes, I sensed the golf course changing, and I had this instinct. I hadn't looked at my phone yet, but I had this instinct the cut was going to go to one over, right? And they ran it by 20 feet, and I'm like, God damn it, And he missed that coming back, and we were two over, and then we made another bogey and ended up finishing at three over to miss by two. But I almost felt like it was that one that got away. But I saw a lot of signs there for those last 2 hours that he was on his way back and things were going to be okay with him. But I believe that, I believe two things. I believe when guys are struggling like that, they lose their confidence a little bit, and they don't hit shots like they normally do because because they're not, the track record the previous few weeks is going to show that they haven't been doing things quite well, obviously for my team. And then I started daydreaming back at the hotel when I got back, and I was like, have I told you that I have trouble getting him to eat nutrition or drink things or anything late
Oh,
in rounds? Well, so that's always been a theory that I talked about with his coach Steve Dalby and his agent Peter Webb. It's like, I can't get this guy to eat. He like makes a joke when I try and give him a bar or something like that. He's like, I don't eat at the golf course, which is honestly brand new to me, because if you watch out there and you follow a guy for 18 holes, they're constantly hydrating. They're constantly getting a snack in them for energy. And I don't know, sometimes it's maybe like looking at a racehorse on the daily racing form, like a horse is, you're running a horse 7/8 of a mile or a mile, and he just gets tired the last 70 yards. So that's something that I've addressed with him before. And he always makes a joke, yeah, I'll eat something if you put a Three Musketeers in or Skittles or something like that. So that's something that probably we're going to talk about here in the near future. So, it wasn't a good financial week, but I did see some positive things there. I'm glad he went home for the week to rest up. I don't think he's going to do much. I believe that they're having some wicked weather there in Boise, but I've been talking to him. But the big news that we want to talk about is that on Sunday night, I got out of there Saturday, so I got to see Raker's first soccer game, and we got a W. The kid in goal. another shutout. They ended up squeaking by 2-0.
Daniel
So that
Island
made it,
champ, bro.
yeah. So that made it all worthwhile. I was super excited about that. And then Sunday night, I was laying in bed late. It's about 10 o'clock, and my phone's buzzing and it's vibrating. And I'm like, who the hell is calling me? And
Wasn't me.
it was Sungjae's agent, right?
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, he's not leaving any voicemail. He's not leaving any texts. I wonder what's going on. I had a feeling I knew what was going on, but I wasn't sure what was going on. So I'm going to tell you a lot of the story, and you know a little information that we unfortunately can't share on the air right now, but I believe we're going to be able to share that information on Tuesday. We will share that information on Tuesday, as a matter of fact. So, so
Next
finally
week,
he did.
everybody. Next week.
Yeah, next week.
Just to be
I'm
clear,
sorry. Today's
we're gonna
Wednesday. Today's
record.
Wednesday.
We're gonna record
Let,
next Tuesday,
let me
Wednesday.
apologize. Well, as I go through this story, everybody's going to know why this recording is happening
Exactly.
now on Wednesday and being released Thursday morning. There's a very good answer to that. So he left me a text message. Excuse me. He goes, "Hey, if you're sleeping, you call me first thing in the morning." So I call him first thing in the morning, and as I'm talking to him, I get a text from Sungjae, and the text from Sungjae says, "Hey, bro, fire Billy. I fired Billy Sunday night. I'm doing my accent deal here because this is how I interpret these English texts." He goes, "Maybe it's possible you call Troy and see. I borrow you 1 week next week at Honda. We played good there together. You know my game. Emergency situation." And I'm like, fuck yeah. There's more to the story that we can't talk about, you and I, of course. But I'm like, fuck yeah. So the first thing that goes through your mind is I'm laying next to Lori and I'm excited about being home, right? And I don't want to leave, right? Because I
Oh, and
don't,
you got to
I
break the news to her that you got to
no,
leave.
listen to how this goes down. If you don't think I have the coolest chick on the planet, wait till I tell you this story. So Lori goes, "What's that all about?" And I go, "It's Sungjae." And she goes, "What's up with Sungjae?" I go, "He fired Billy on Sunday night, and they're talking about this other caddy, but they want me to come down and make a guest appearance for the week." And she looks right at me and she goes, "Bob, we love having you home, but you're fucking going for him." And you're fucking going for him. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I go, "Laura, I feel so bad. I've just been home for 3 days. I miss the boys and I miss you. And I get super homesick when players aren't playing good." She goes, "Bob, it's fucking Sungjae. You gotta fucking go." And so then I had to deal with the anxiety of calling Troy, which is always anxiety where it's like, okay, I'm gonna call him now. And then I'm like, oh, I'll call him in 15 minutes. And then I'm on a call. And I'm like, what am I acting like a teenager for? So I called him and I explained the situation, which we know more. I'm going to say it for the third time. We know more. There's more to the story that
Hang
we
on,
can't
people are
divulge
going to
right now.
start speculating
Yeah, well,
as to
there's
what you're
speculation.
doing.
Yeah,
But there's going to be
yeah.
speculation
Well, I'm
out
not
there.
doing any. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing a 1 week guest appearance. So I called Troy. I go, "Hey, Troy, this is the situation that's going on and that kind of stuff." And Sungjae sent me a text and wanted to know if it was cool with you if I went and made a guest appearance to protect this possible incoming caddy, to protect that bag for him so Sungjae doesn't get beat up or his agents or anything like that. And Troy goes, "Bob, this could be the slump buster for me. Why don't you go make some money,
Wow.
enjoy it out there. You're gonna have to give me half the money." He was being sarcastic, and then I told Lori, I go, Troy says it's cool. She goes, "Well, you better get your shit in the car." And I took the boys to school. I took the boys to school. Oh, and Sungjae told me, he goes, "Listen, I'm tired. 5 weeks in a row, I'm tired. I'm surprised Dad wants me to play, but I'm past champion Honda. I play very good there. I take, it's a very long stretch." Dad said, "We go home 2 days. We go home Atlanta, and I rest for 2 days." He goes, "Pro Am 6:45 Monday morning. Don't worry about getting there till Tuesday." So, if anybody's ever made the drive down the 95 from
It's
Charleston,
not fun.
if you are speed demon, you can make it in 7 and 7.5 hours. If you're Bobby Brown, it's. Are you still there?
Oh yeah,
We're
no,
doing
you're good.
we're doing it
Keep
again.
keep
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay. So, anyways, I'm so sorry. My 9-year-old could fix this problem right now, but I sure as shit can't. So the first 5 hours on that trip are no big deal when you get, but as soon as you get fucking down to Daytona Beach, anxiety kicks in. People are doing 95 fucking miles an hour. I got a splitting
Bobby,
headache.
are you not a fast driver coming out of
I'm 80.
Charleston?
I put it on 80, right? I put it on 80.
I
That's
live
normal,
in the
right?
Wild West to where people go
Right?
105 on these
Well, I'm
highways.
just going to say this in my defense. I get anxiety driving, and I'm used to having a 5 and a 9 year old in the back seat too. So I'm used to Sammy safety, but 80 miles an hour in the fast lane on the
That's a good
95
point.
once you get into Florida is going to get you killed, right? So I'm starving. I got to piss. I have bars. I have water. I don't want to stop because I want to get it over with. I haven't eaten Taco Bell in 3 years for a
Oh, it's
very good
delicious.
reason.
Did you get
Oh
the
my
cinnamon
God.
delights?
Absolutely not. I get three
Oh,
crunchy tacos with triple extra cheese. So I went and got
oh
some
my God.
gas.
That,
That's your order? Is that your go-to?
not with extra
600?
cheese, but the crunchy tacos.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
get the original crunchy tacos. It goes back to
Well,
when I was a
who told
kid.
them to put sour cream in there? I didn't say anything about
Oh
sour
no, you
cream.
can't put sour cream in the
No, they
original
fucked it
crunchy
all
taco. It's
up.
all about the lettuce, bro. It's all about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lettuce.
you're right. It is about the lettuce, and I got to go mild salsa. So I pulled over, and I'm like, I never like looking at the GPS because I don't want to know how far I have. But I pull over, and I'm like, geez, I only got 2 hours and 34 minutes. So I get back on. There's a big wreck on the fucking highway. I'm going nowhere for a long time. My sister-in-law lives down here, Amanda, and she has a little condo here in West Palm Beach. This is also the famous ex-girlfriend of Dustin forever. So we're super duper close. So I finally roll in at whatever time I roll in. She gets me into the condo. And Matt, I literally, as you already know, I had one of those streaming headaches, right? But I'm like, wait a minute. I have a sneaky half a Xanax that's been in my backpack for 2 years. Wonder if it still works.
Is it
It
like a
did.
quaalude?
A
To
Xanax? Have
where
you never done
no, no,
that?
no, no. The amount of time. Remember in Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah.
when he takes the quaalude and it
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't hit long enough to like, let's take
No,
more. Let's take
it hit
more.
me. It hit me fast, but the funny thing is I get off the freeway. There's a Whole Foods right here. I gotta go. I want to load up the fridge. I want to eat something good. You're still there, I know. I want to
Just
eat
keep
something.
rolling.
Yeah, I want to eat something good. So I make all these stops. I get here. I pop the half a Zanny, eat a quick piece of salmon, and as you know, I slept all the way through everything, and I woke up at 4 o'clock or 4:30 this morning, and I had to meet him for 6:45 pro am. I met him at 5:30 in the morning. It's all about service with these Koreans, and it was, man, I had a fun day. I had a fun day today, and I was sharing some personal, insight onto how I miss being with like a prime time huge draw player, which he is the draw here this week. And I haven't looked at odds, but I'm guaranteed he's the favorite this week. But
You think so? He missed the cut last year.
yeah, but I wasn't on the bag.
That's
So,
true.
and the year before that, I think I finished sixth or seventh with him. The year before that, he won. I know he's tired right now. He came out of the car. He looked like absolute dog shit. He had really bad allergies. I had to get him some allergy medicine. So, um,
See,
uh,
you're taking
so
care of him. That's what he
yeah,
needs.
and they like the service. And I've just, it's one week coming in there. I don't think he's really going to talk shit. It was a pleasure to be around him. He didn't look super sharp.
What type of
Um,
snacks do you pack for Sungjae?
he doesn't really eat much. He loves beef
Oh,
jerky.
wow.
He loves
Oh.
and I'll tell you the name. I think it's called it's the spicy pepper Old Trapper, maybe is the brand beef jerky. Expensive as shit. I have to buy it, of course, like fucking $20 a bag. Thanks. But I was just
Are you really complaining about $20 a bag if he
yeah,
can make
yeah,
you a
I
couple
know,
hundred
I
grand?
know. Yeah, exactly. I'm being so petty, but it was just fun to have people around. And when he's chipping, everybody wants to watch him in
Oh,
video him. And we're
wow.
probably in the marquee pairing. The field's obviously not very strong with everybody playing all those elite events, but we're playing with Cooch and Svenny and Adam
Oh, nice.
Svensson. And so it was just a super fun day. But I was like, I love Troy Merritt to death, and he's the coolest guy I've ever worked for. But when you were in the position I was in for so many years with so many primetime players, and you see all these big guys in the mix all all weekend, every tournament until you can remember. I mean, this is really annoying me. I had a fun day, and I'm happy, and I'm super happy to be here. I can tell you that the course is in fantastic shape. They made a lot of changes out here to make it resort friendly. You know, what's best about this tournament for us caddies is 600 to 900 historically wins here or gets in a playoff, right? Because it's hard as shit. But they took all the Bermuda rough out, the 4-inch Bermuda rough.
Oh, it's
It's
gonna
a
be a fun tournament.
it's a Bermuda ryegrass. It's only 2.5 inches deep. They took out a lot of bunkers. So I think the scores will be a little bit better. I think they'll crease double digits. It's still Honda. It's still hard. You still have to drive your golf ball, but I'm super excited for the Slump Buster week, and I'm looking forward to it, man. So I'm pretty jacked up. God knows I got a lot of sleep last night, and I've been
I'm
watching
pumped
some.
for you. This is gonna be a
Yeah,
fun week.
yeah,
I mean, shit.
yeah. It is
You
going to
know,
be a
last time I
fun
saw a
week.
cameo out of you, it was on the Netflix Full Swing documentary. But
Oh, somebody
we'll
told
get to
me.
that.
Yeah, somebody told me that. Man, I watched the. We'll talk about it later. I watched all
You
eight
didn't see it?
episodes. Well, yeah, I watched eight
You were in
episodes
no,
in a
but did you
row
see yourself?
in
You were in
Riviera.
there like 5 times.
No, I didn't. I
Oh
honestly
my
didn't. I
goodness.
honestly
You're
did
gonna
because
have to go.
I was trying not to pay attention to the Dustin Johnson shit so
Well,
much
then
because I
guess
think it's
where your
yeah.
appearances were.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't think it was for fucking Troy Merritt and his T48 at Barbasol or something like that. So,
The
anyways,
Barbasol.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
downplay the Barbasol. That's a
yeah.
big
Don't,
tournament.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
Hell,
yeah. So
what?
everything's cool. What about
That's
you? What's going
awesome.
on with you?
I mean, this is going to be such a letdown compared to that story. Shit. I'm not going to caddy for Sungjae, so
Right,
that
right.
it's got nothing to do with that. But Bobby, I've been working on my mental game. So remember a couple weeks ago, pin position 4 over at the Shads.
Did I
Um,
see some sneaky post you put up there
I
or
did, yeah.
something on social media about a pin on a cliff or something
That's
like
how it
that?
is out there with
I
pin
gotta,
position 4. But
yeah.
come to find out, when I actually showed up to the course that day, my buddy was just fucking with me, and it wasn't pin position 4; it was pin position
Okay,
2. So
okay.
everything was fine in the world. But no, I've been working on the mental game because what's crazy is when starting this podcast and originally having Mikey Perez on, I was like, oh God, I've got to start working on my game. And I hadn't played. I think my handicap, there was 3 rounds over a course of a year. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that's bad. That can't happen. So sure enough, I start working on the game a little bit, and then all of a sudden, you start to get those feels back, and you're like, oh
Right.
shit, maybe there's still something here. And sure enough, as I've started to train and like start to work with an instructor and my guy Ando over at PFS and working out, I'm like, gosh, and Mike Correa, gosh, I all of a sudden you start getting these real thoughts and you start training. And then all of a sudden you start getting expectations. And I've always said that expectations are the killers of dreams because as soon as you start expecting something, never happens. Like you
Yeah.
have to just work hard and take every moment that you get. But in addition to that, once I build up, I'm usually a pretty casual person. I love to joke around, obviously, hence the podcast. And sure enough, as soon as it blows up, it like explodes. Well, I let that out on pin position 4 day, way
Yeah.
back when. So ever since then, I've been working on the mental game, and I've started to notice that, you know, as I'm back in media and looking at social media, like, did you see Rory slammed a club? And all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, that's such a bad look. Players shouldn't do that. And I'm like, hang on a second. Every other athlete in every other sport, if you show
Yeah. It does that.
emotion and passion, like fans especially are like, oh, we applaud. Like the guys that get absolutely destroyed are the ones that show no emotion because they're like, oh, they don't care. They're just in it for the money. They don't care. And golf, it's the exact opposite. It's like if you show any type of emotion, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's terrible. You're not a gentleman anymore. And I got to tell you,
Right.
like this whole class thing with golf drives me fucking mad because the same
I
guys
gotcha.
that like are fake, like is class fake? Like, in order to be a classy individual, do you have to be a fake individual? That's like something that I've recently asked myself. I'm like, hang on a second. All these guys that are like criticizing, they all, if you get them on the golf course, just in a casual round or you're betting or whatever, like those same guys are swearing, they're doing all different types of
Yeah.
things, they're getting
Yeah.
angry out there. And I don't understand it for the lick of me that all of a sudden it's like when it comes to golf, golf's not a sport. Golf's a gentleman's game. And it's like, no, hang on a second. This is a sport. You got Rory McIlroy who trains his fucking ass off. Like he's working out constantly. He's doing everything he possibly can to be the best in the world. And then you're telling me in the heat of the moment that Rory McIlroy can't express some emotions and slam a club down. Now I will preface it with this. I'm not for damaging a golf course. The guys who damage a green or whatever, but a tee box, it's
That's a
like,
Sergio bit. That's a Sergio bitch move right there.
yeah,
I mean, that
exactly. Like
is.
that's
Yeah,
when it goes too far. You
that's not
can't
classy.
you
Yeah,
can't damage a golf course or anything, but if you slam a golf club down on a tee box and
yeah,
then you step on it, fix it, whatever, like it's a tee
yeah,
box, folks. Like people take divots out of a damn tee box. Like that happens, but
yeah.
you're not doing it to a
Well,
green or anything.
let's not forget the coolest guy on the PGA Tour lost his shit in that bunker on number 9 in Phoenix, Max Homa, and let that fucking
Yeah,
club fly.
he
And he
did.
apologized for it. And I remember when I was, I don't play much anymore, but I was that guy who played all day, every day before I had the boys and the bad back. And I was, you know, well, I never chucked a club or anything like that, but I'm fucking like,
Oh,
you
Bobby.
fucking suck. How the fuck can you do that? Or how's that fucking putt not go left? Or,
So that was
just
the one
normal
thing that
human stuff.
I've never once understood that that is just I've always known that I'm a perfectionist in a lot of ways and like I beat myself up. But I never knew. I started researching it more and more as like I'm like, well, I don't want to get so mad on the golf course. I don't want to like all of a sudden have it ruin other people's rounds and so forth. And it's next thing you know, I'm researching and it's like one of the techniques is to forgive yourself, to
Hmm.
allow yourself to be human, to allow yourself to make a mistake and understand that you shouldn't demean yourself or put yourself down in that moment. And that's actually been really, really helpful. Where even in the last round that I played, which happened late, started getting dark and all of a sudden a couple bad shots. And granted, I'm in a heated money match. You ever play one downs, Bobby? You know what that is?
Auto one downs. I've played
Yeah,
those plenty
yeah.
of times. Yeah,
So
that's pressure. Yeah, that's pressure. Yeah.
we play auto one downs, me and my teammate. So we always play against two other guys and we're on the same team, but we play one downs against each other, auto one downs. And
Mm-hmm.
sure enough, like the matches get pretty heated. So of
Yeah, fuck
course it
yeah.
starts getting a little dark. It's cold out, and I hit a bad shot, and he's playing well. And granted, he's a crafty guy. And my buddy Tony, who you actually met out at the Phoenix Open,
Yes, I
he
did. I did, Tony. Yeah.
yeah, he actually got mad because this guy breaks out an old school bullseye putter. The ball's on
Oh
this
my
guy,
God.
and it
I
has a
pulled.
T slot. It has the fucking T slot in it to where it's cut in the back flange and then across. And so Tony, so Tony comes from a background of club fitting and he's done sales for like cool clubs and second swing and so forth. So he's a guy that like he likes equipment and he goes, "You motherfucker." And of course, he's dropping putts from 50 feet with this damn thing. That's how crafty
Oh,
this guy is. And sure enough, we got
gotcha.
this heated match. I end up tossing a club. But Bobby, let me tell you one thing. I have the form. I think me and Matt Every could have a
Uh,
contest. Bobby, I'm
uh,
telling you right now, I've got
yeah,
the baseball technique because I played baseball to where
right.
this thing, and I asked the guys, I was like, how was the form on that? And they're like, oh, it's fucking beautiful. Like that looks like a thing of beauty. You're chucking that thing a good 100 yards. Your ball might not even have gone that far. And I'm just like, yeah, see, I've got it going. But I
Yeah.
bring myself back around, so I make a double, right? All of a sudden, the auto one downs continue to pile on. I'm getting my just face stomped in at that point. Guess what? In the dark, last four holes, and I mean, we finished to where you couldn't see. I made a 6 footer to have a hole, then an 8 footer to have a hole, then a 12 footer, and then I got a 20 footer on the last to win, and to all of a sudden bring all those one downs back. Drop the birdie putt in the dark. on the last. So I'm working on
Yeah.
this mental game. I'm
Yeah, there
seeing the
you go.
benefits of it, you know? So shout out to Mark the Wildebeest because he really felt like I was a dirty rat that day, pushing for that
Yeah.
extra
Oh,
hole in the
you
dark.
dirty rat.
Yeah, I was a dirty rat. And then Tony was very upset with Mark for breaking out that damn bullseye putter. But yeah, we like to refer to ourselves. I think Mark came up with the name for the guys that go out there, the lads at the Shads.
Hmm.
So Mountain Shadows, you
Okay.
got the
The
lads. Yeah,
lads at the
it's a
shots.
good
Yeah.
name. It's
They're
kind of stuck with
European.
me. It was
They're
very European,
European.
which it didn't
Yeah,
stick
they
with me
love
right away,
lads.
but I'm like, you know what? It makes a lot of sense. We give back to the community. So there's that. But nonetheless, I digress. Let's get into, I mean, we
What
went from
else?
Sungjae to the goddamn mental state that I'm in.
I know.
Let's go
I
to
know.
the Genesis Invitational recap.
Man,
Rombo
I
wins
think,
another, Bobby.
wow, yeah, I was, not so, I was not surprised. I mean, I've said it a million times before. John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, Patrick Cantlay, uh,
Well,
Xander,
Cantlay
Max
can't get laid right
Homa.
now, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
He's
I
not
mean, he
playing
was in
well.
yeah, he was in the mix. He was, he got up
Yeah,
to
but he
fifth or
loves
sixth at one
Riv.
point. Yeah, he does love Rib, but it's just like the same. It's the fucking. I don't really have much to say other than John Rahm is fucking unbeatable when things are going good, and that's just the fucking bottom. And that's just the fucking bottom line right now. It's the same old saying I say all the time. The cream rises to the top in these big events, right? The cream rises to the top, and it's just a pleasure to be out at Riviera because there's just so much history. There's so much history there. It's funny. We were warming up the next Siwoo. I on Monday there. It's an interesting story, but they give one college exemption out. Right, there's 19
Hmm.
college players there, and they're playing in a pro am with us. And we had this kid. I'm gonna see if I can get his name right. Dylan McAllister. He's a 19-year-old from Northern California. He plays in Colorado. He just won a big tournament at Notre Dame. And I got a text message from a caddy buddy of mine that lives in Colorado that's friends with the assistant coach who was caddying for him. Well, unbeknownst to me, this guy that I caddy for on the Canadian tour from Northern California, Phil Dawson Jr., is his coach. So he's like, hey, I think this guy's going to be, a good player. And he shot, wow, even how hard is Riviera? Even Parr got these college guys into a playoff, and a guy from, I think he was from Texas Tech or Texas A&M, ended up going birdie eagle to win the playoffs. So it
Wow.
was fun. The reason why I say that because I was telling this college kid he was one under through four holes through 12 or 13, and he just randomly on 14 he goes, "Man, you caddy for all these great players. What's the greatest round of golf you've ever seen?" And I've seen tons of great rounds in golf, but one stands out to me. And I was sharing this story with Siwoo because it was in 2018 or 2019 at Riviera. It was Sunday. The greens were rock hard, and it was literally blowing 30 and gusting up to 40, like borderline not playable. And Siwoo Kim started this day 5 or 6 shots off the lead, didn't really think it could win. And he started hitting these golf shots that still give me goosebumps. And I'm going to reference a shot on number 12, which is kind of the hardest par four out there at Riviera, where we had to tell you how hard it was going. We had a 173 hole, and he pinches this he pinches this piercing 3-iron to like 2 feet from a buck 73, which is a normal 230, 235 club form, right? And he taps it in, and we walk the next tee, and he always has the funniest things to say, right? And we got to like within two of the lead. We were playing with Charles Howell, and Charles Howell's like, holy shit, what a shot. We got to the next tee, and I went to say something like on the win. He goes, just give me the fucking number, bro. I'm good today, right? And he makes like two or three more birdies, and we're tied for the lead with 2 to go. And he's got a 4-footer on 17 to take a one-shot lead, but we're 4 or 5 groups in front of, I think JB Holmes won that year. And he has this 4-footer above the hole at Riviera, which those are always a little testy at Riviera, those little toe tapping 4-footers. And he hula hoop rimmed it out and that kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, he looked at me, red lights are on all the cameras, right? Everybody's watching SeaWorld. And he goes, we done, bro. No chance now. And I'm like, maybe we can Eagle 18. He goes, bro, nobody Eagle 18, bro. Fucking make birdie finish second. Oh man, bro, just give me the fucking number, dog. And so I was just like reminiscing because I have such good memories there, and it's such an iconic place, and it's gosh, man, everybody just loves that. Everybody just loves that golf course. There's so much history there. It's funny. I'm looking at 17. I'm looking. that's 15 behind you, right? But there's another
Yeah.
bitch par three out there called 17 that's going to be playing dead into the wind, same kind of hole as that. And now I'm starting to think of myself, I'm having memories of great tournaments that I've had here this week. And the greatest shot that I've ever seen, I feel like I can think of two of the greatest shots I've ever seen. One was at Riviera when Bill Haas won a playoff. We were playing with him when I was working for Dustin, and he hit a 3-wood on 17 from like 283 front to about 4 feet, where I to this day, every time I see Bill Haas, and I'm like, that was the greatest 3-wood I've ever seen in my life. Well, the greatest iron I ever saw was I was with Grayson Murray there on 17 some years ago when he dropped it in the bucket for a one, and I'd never heard a roar, and it was Saturday prime time, right? And that place is like built up. When you see it on TV, it's like, I was talking to an official today. I'm like, God, the evolution of this hole, it's almost like a mini half a Scottsdale number 16 with the drunkenness and everything. But Grayson Murray like hit the greatest iron shot I've ever seen. And the funny story about that Grayson Murray thing was we were playing with Berger, and Grayson, we start on the back on Thursday, and he's 6 over after 6 holes. And Grayson Murray, he's gonna pack it in WD, and we get to 18T, our ninth hole, and he goes, "Hey, we're just going into the clubhouse. I'm done, man. I can't take it. We're going into the clubhouse after this." And I'll give myself props, because one of the greatest lines I ever said to him was, I go, "You can go in the fucking clubhouse, but I'm gonna fucking carry the bag the next 9 holes without you, motherfucker. You're not quitting, right?" So he makes like 4 birdies coming in, and then he makes that hole in one on Saturday, and all of a sudden we swing into Sunday, and he's only 3 shots off the lead. He didn't do much good on Sunday, but I'm starting to get good vibes again in caddying and everything like that. So, there's
The
not much to
juices are
talk about.
flowing, Bobby. The
I
juices are
know,
flowing.
I know. I'm rested. I'm healthy. You got a derby horse this week. And Troy and Sungjae. So I wouldn't say he's insecure about his abilities or anything like that, but it's funny. He had me laughing out there today. He goes, Troy Merritt, yeah, he good player. I go, he's better than you. He goes, what? I go, yeah, he's better than you. He goes, wait, you say Troy Merritt better me Sunday? And I go, yeah, 4 weeks out of every fucking year, he is better. He goes, oh, I get it. You joke. You make joke. You make joke. Are you funny? Sometimes I miss you, Bob.
I was just thinking
So,
the same
anyways,
thing. I was like, that's actually pretty funny, Bob.
yeah, 4 weeks out of every year, Troy Merritt's gonna kick your fucking ass, bitch. So, anyways, so Ribs over. John Rahm wins. Max tried to make it
Dude, Max
interesting.
Homa, what a gutsy performance
Yeah,
from
of
Homa.
course,
And then he
of
got
course.
emotional afterwards, which I really have to
Yeah,
applaud because it just shows that these guys, and I think some people got a little bit of the insight from the Netflix Full Swing docu-series, and we'll talk about that, but really like how much these guys put into this.
yeah,
And then to
yeah,
know that Homa and Ram are out here in Scottsdale and they
yeah,
battle. And so to
yeah.
have those two guys and Homa was correct in his assessment of his own game. He couldn't hit it off the tee. He was double crossing
Mhm.
himself constantly. He never ends up left, and he was constantly hitting a
Yeah,
straight slash little draw, and
yeah,
that is terrifying if you hit a
yeah,
big fade or cut, and then you
yeah.
got Rom who's just piping it down the damn middle. Rom
Right.
didn't hit the ball great off the tee for the first 3 days, but that final round, he really found it. And then, that huge fucking putt that he made, Jesus. They were
Oh
right
yeah,
there neck
on
and
on
neck. And
on 14 on the part. Oh man,
yeah.
that looked good every jump of the way. But that's what special players do, special shit like that with 2 hours to go
But does
on a
anybody make
Sunday,
as
don't
long
they?
of putts as John Rom?
No, he's so under. Everybody talks about what a great swinger of the golf club and what a fantastic iron player is. God, doesn't anybody know that he's like one of the best putters in the
He's
world for
underrated.
sure. So,
But
yeah,
long
totally.
putter,
Yeah,
like long
yeah,
putts of 50 plus feet, he might be the best
yeah.
on tour by far.
He could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
he could be. Definitely the best player in the world right now. So, I'm going to take away some positive stuff there from Riviera. Hey, Matt, how did our penny bet go last week?
Oh,
I
Jesus
didn't
Christ.
really
Hang
pay
on. Before we get to the
attention.
goddamn
Oh,
penny bet,
shit. Dang it.
fucking Adam
I
Scott, you're a
told you I was
beautiful.
in such a good mood.
Adam Scott is a beautiful man, but holy shit, did he really let me down this past week? He really just shit the bed over the weekend. Sorry, Adam, because you look great out there. But can I just say this? Keith Mitchell, You got a vibe, man.
Yeah,
Like, how do you
yeah,
say that you went to Georgia without saying you went to Georgia?
yeah,
That
yeah,
look right there. And I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
I was telling the guys that I play golf with, I'm like, all right, guys, you see me out here in Jordans and so forth, like every single week a different pair of Jordans, and I got the flat
yeah,
brim, and I was like, when I was back in New York, it was cashmere sweaters all day long. Like
yeah.
I was a cashmere sweater guy because one, it keeps you warm. Two, you
Sure.
barely feel it, and it feels
Yeah,
fucking great when you do have
yeah,
it on your skin. And then on top of that, it's flexible to where you can swing in it. So Keith Mitchell, shout out to you, man. You might be my new favorite player. I mean, Max
well,
Homa was my favorite player, but Keith
right.
Mitchell is right up there right
Well,
now.
you know why he dresses like that. You know the story, right? Because Arnold Palmer's his hero, right? And so he wears Arnold
Legend.
Palmer trousers, he wears the visor, and he wears cashmere just like Arnie did. I think it's a well-known fact that he's Arnold Palmer's his hero, and he's representing Arnold and everything. I don't know him that well because he's got a little chip on his shoulder, like I
It
wouldn't
does
say
seem
hot
that
shit.
way, but
He's got the edge. He's good looking, pimpy ass, good looking kid.
yeah.
You know,
He's got that
played at
classic
Georgia.
vintage look,
Yeah,
right?
you know,
And I
I've
think
talked to
that's the vibe.
yeah, yeah, and I've talked to some of his. I won't mention their names. Some of his previous teammates, and I'm like, man, I can't get a beat on this Keith Mitchell guy. Is he cool? Is he a dick? I know he's a stud. He's a past champion there, if I'm not mistaken, at Honda. He won the year after Sungjae won. And a couple of guys are like, yeah, man, he's always just been like that through college. So I actually think that's like his edge. I know he's got a handful of guys from Sea Island that he's really close with, that he yucks it up with and that kind of stuff. But it's funny. I was telling Troy, I go, Mitchell walked by. I go, every time the season starts, I have two goals. And he goes, what's that? I go, one is to win a golf tournament, and two is to get Keith Mitchell to smile because I can't ever fucking get this guy to smile at me once. And then I'm like,
Come on,
oh,
Bob, you can do it.
he's buddies with Perez, right? So I'm like, that's
Oh,
what it is.
there it
He's
is.
been fucking
There's
cornered
the
in the locker
rub.
room. He's
Hey,
been cornered in the
Keith,
locker room.
Keith,
Yeah. Hide your
drop,
wallet.
drop that one and come join the
Yeah.
Pull Hook boys because we'd love to
Yeah.
have you on. Shit, that'd be
Yeah.
fun,
But
man.
that was my two and
Ah,
two coming up with four. But it's funny. I did have a conversation with him. I at some point last week, and I made him smile because you know how that
oh,
burner
goal
Twitter.
accomplished.
What? Yeah, I made him smile. So well, no, I just
And
need
he
to win a golf
reposted
tournament.
one of our stories about him being a vibe out there. So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, he did repost that. And remember, there was an old picture that came up with some old Walker Cup guys or an AJGA thing where these Spieth and all these kids were teenagers, and he was wearing a cashmere sweater. So on my burner thing, I go, "Oh, he's still." I see it every week. He's still got that sweater in the rotation, and I got a like from him, and I was sharing that. And I'm like, hey, that was me. He goes, that was you. And I'm like, yeah, don't fucking tell anybody. And he just kind of smiled and walked away. And then maybe he just fucking texts
Dude,
fucking Perez.
Keith
He's like, hey, it's
Mitchell,
Bobby. Yeah.
we see you,
Hats off.
man.
Stud.
We see you.
Yeah. He's a stud.
The other thing before we get to this goddamn fucking penny bet that you want to gloat about, which I give you
Yes.
credit because it was a tightly contested match for a long time
Yes.
until Adam Scott decided that he didn't like Riv anymore on a Saturday and decided to let Cam Young have that. And then Cam Young decided, oh shit, I'm rookie of the year. I should probably step up and start playing like it again in my sophomore
Right.
season. And sure enough, he did. But
Can I interrupt you and bring something up to your
you
attention real
can.
quick? That's totally off beat. Do you know what the hard thing about me working, about people knowing that I'm working for Sungjae is? I'm getting about 50,000 of these fucking text messages from numbers that I don't know. Heard he's looking, you're only doing 1 week. Who the fuck is this guy? He's from Arizona and he's a 480 area
I'm
code.
telling you right now, Bobby, that
Jesus.
the way that you structured the beginning of this episode, you're about to get
Yeah.
5,000 more text
Yeah.
messages tomorrow
Yes.
because
Yeah.
everybody's going to be saying, you're
Yeah.
going to Sung Jae.
And
You
the
said it.
big
And it's like, no,
and
you did not
yeah.
say it. And
No, I'm
you
not.
continue not to
I'm
say it. And
officially telling
that's
yeah,
why I
I'm
had to
not
call it out.
going.
I'm like,
You know the real story.
yeah,
Nobody else
you're
does. Just
Bobby is not going on Sung Jae's back, just so
no,
that
this is a
everybody
one
knows.
I'm telling everybody
He's
it's a
doing a
1 week
favor.
it's a 1 week hit and run is what it is. And when you work for Sungjae, you can't the Koreans don't like you being social on the range, right? You have to watch every shot because they're gonna ask you, hey, what did you think? Did I pull that putt? Did I push that? You have to be you have to be all
Just make sure
dialed
you
in
don't
and
get the
that kind of
wrong
stuff.
win, Bobby, this
But I
week.
must have got, well, I'm going to at some point because it's Honda, but I mean, I think I'm going to lean on him. I don't really have a lot of pressure this week with being 1 week, right? I have nothing to lose. I'm going to voice my opinion when I need to voice my opinion. But, I was battling that on the putting green all day long, and it's a small putting green out here. You get claustrophobia. There's 9,000 people, and everybody's like, you can see it's weird. Everybody's like staring at you, like, oh, Bobby, make a move, and shut up. It's 1 week hit and run, and Sungjae's like looking at me funny, and I'm like, dude, I can't. This is on you, Sungjae. This is on you.
Start
anyways,
forwarding those text messages to Sungjae.
yeah, yeah.
Say, hey, can you please reply to these for me, please? Go,
Let's send it
go
to
ahead, take care of
Dad.
this.
I'm
You
gonna
need an
send it to his
assistant.
dad.
Do you want
Yeah.
to start forwarding them on to me? I'll be your assistant for a day. I'll start replying to people. What the hell's wrong with you questioning this? Bobby's doing a favor and you got questions?
Penny bet? Penny bet?
No, Tiger
Bobby
Woods.
made 1,000 penny.
No, Bobby. Tiger Woods. God damn it. The guy played on one leg. And by the way, I mean, this is like Mark out there with an Acushnet bullseye flange putter with a T slot in there. And if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. It goes for about $50 on like eBay. But it is the ugliest thing that you can see. And on top of that, Tiger with one leg.
Yeah.
And the way that he was playing is unfucking believable.
So we didn't play in the Wednesday. We didn't play in the Wednesday pro-am. We were in alternate. He's always first off at 6:30 or 6:40 in the morning. And I was having breakfast with Joe LaCava. I'm pretty close with him. His oldest son, he's Tiger's caddy for anybody that doesn't know. His oldest son is now caddy on the Corn Ferry Tour, and he's rooming with Daniel. We talked about that last week, so it's new Daniel. So we were sharing that. But some creeper guy was close to, I was telling LaCava this, was close to right behind Tiger with a cell phone somewhere. He had to be on the range. He was so close because I could hear everything. I watched, it was a 15-minute freezing cold warm up by Tiger, but I watched his whole warm up at one morning at the crack of dawn on Wednesday morning. I was watching and I'm like, this guy he still doesn't miss a shot, right? Everything is fucking right out of the middle of the club face. I told Joe, I go, man, I could hear everything you were saying. We were talking about, Tiger was talking about his daughter plays defender. She's a good soccer player. She scored a goal. I overheard part where Charlie, his son, was like, thought it was at the stage, right, that Tiger was telling Joe where he knew everything about golf, but now he's coming around and starting to ask his dad, who's the greatest player in the world, more stuff. So I heard all this, and Joe's like, you could hear all that? And I'm like, yeah, I could hear all that. And I go, hey, Joe, I don't ask for a lot, but I need a favor, right? I need a favor. I go, my 9-year-old and my 5-year-old are their two favorite players are Tiger Woods and Sungjae Im, right? So I'm like, I need a fucking favor. And he goes, oh, Jesus Christ, what do you need? And I go, can I get a golf ball for my kids? And he goes, fuck, because Tiger Woods golf balls are hard to find, right?
Really?
You can't, yeah, because it says Tiger on the side, right? The real ones say Tiger.
Oh, you didn't even want an autograph. You just wanted a fucking Bridgestone that said
he
Tiger
never
on
signed one. He don't. If I got an autographed Tiger golf ball, that fucking motherfucker goes on eBay fucking like that. Fuck my kids, man. I'm selling that motherfucker. Sorry, guys.
You're that dad that sends the kid up for the autograph.
Dad.
You're the one.
$5,000 for a fucking. I mean, I'm calling Sotheby's right now. I'm figuring out what our fucking percentage deal is on the auction. So he rolls in the next month and he goes, text me and remind me. And of course, I'm like, I'm not going to text him or remind me. He comes in, we're having a cup of coffee, and he fucking out of his backpack, he gives me a sleeve of fucking Tiger Woods golf balls. And the look on my boy's eyes when I got home and gave him those golf balls. And it's Black History Month, right? So my 9-year-old, guess who he picked for Black History Month? So next
Tiger
week
Woods.
he's like, his whole class doesn't believe that I've been paired with Tiger and we're on a first name basis. And they're like, oh no, you're telling stories. And my 9-year-old's the best. He's like, just Google my dad, man. So he was telling me this great story today. He goes, they all Googled you and now they believe me. And so he's going to take his Tiger Woods golf ball in next week. So I have a lot of good shit going on right now.
That's awesome.
So anyways, that warm up, he didn't miss a shot. And I was telling Joe, I go, he didn't miss a shot. He goes, Bob, that ain't the problem. He still hits it. Like he goes, he just can't fucking walk, man. He can't walk. So I'm like, when are we going to see you again? Because he's the king of Bay Hill. I go, are we going to see you at Bay Hill? Yeah, you're right. He's like, no, man, I think he's just going to play the majors. And
he's doing it for the sponsor.
Yeah, and Joe doesn't Joe really doesn't know. Him and Tiger are really close, but Joe just finds out like 2 days before ahead of time. Hey, we're going to play this week or
But Bobby,
whatever.
you do
So
realize that Tiger has two goals right now.
yeah,
One is to finally win at Riv.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could hear it in the interview
yeah,
afterwards that he wants to win Riv. He knows that's the one that's always his bugaboo that's gotten away from him as a regular PGA Tour event. So he's going to play in that
yeah,
because Genesis is a
yeah.
sponsor of his, and then on top of
Well, it's
that,
his
he's
tournament.
just going to
It's his
play.
tournament for
Yeah,
the Tiger
exactly.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
everything in SoCal and so forth with everything that he does there and gives back to the community and everything. I mean, and then of course you've got what was your take of the whole Tampax deal with
so
JT?
blown out of
Oh
proportion.
my
These
God!
social,
Every media
these
outlet.
chick, I didn't even know. I didn't even know until I watched this interview. And he's like, "Hey, if I somebody, of course, some fucking douchebag media guy, and it's just a fluke that somebody gets that little mini picture, right?
Yeah.
But they're boys, and they fucking guys fuck with each other out there all the time. It's no
If
different
they
than,
knew
you
anything
know,
that we actually talked
yeah."
about on the goddamn golf course, like everybody that golfs would be canceled. It's
Well, you know,
unbelievable.
it's just like if me and you were out there playing and you were fucking pounding it by me and you made some comment like, maybe you should go tee off at the ladies' tees, Bob, or it would be competitive
Or,
on the red
Bobby, what
tees.
about when you miss a putt short and all
Yeah,
your buddies go, "Oh, does your wife play?" Like, that stuff happens all the time, and it's not a knock
yeah.
on women or women's golf.
No,
That's where
it's
you
never
can't
meant,
take
it's
it
a,
personal. It's
yeah,
a joke. And
yeah.
I got on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, I'm taking over Twitter for a couple of days. I told our social media guy, Brad, I'm like, I'm taking it over because this is ridiculous that people are trying to turn something out of
It's,
nothing. It's
well, you know
so
what?
stupid.
Two things rubbed me the wrong way because two things rubbed me the wrong way. When he was going through the interview and he was in the media and it was on Golf Central and that fucking bitch Cara Banks with the English accent. And he's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry if I offended somebody. I meant nothing by that. That's two guys having fun. We play together all the time. I was fucking with him. He fucks with me. We're practical jokers." And those two guys are known
Yeah,
as
that's his
having
little
wonderful
brother,
sense.
basically.
Yeah, they have wonderful sense of humors. They fucking play jokes on each other all the time. The stories go on and on. But I was bent when that Cara Banks, at the end of things goes, "Yeah, it was very distasteful." It's like, yeah, fuck off, Cara. It's
Yeah.
not distasteful. And then you go to social media and that I don't not a big fan of this big boob Paige Spearnack who's on social
Sporadic.
media. Yeah, whatever. Great tits. I mean, let's be honest. They're not real, but they're great, and
They are real,
I
Bobby.
I don't think so,
Those are
bro. Are
real.
they? Well,
Bobby,
God
I
bless her.
met her when
Now I
she was
like her.
young. Yeah, no, I met her
Okay.
when she was
Well,
young.
she's
She came
she's made a
in and
fortune.
yeah.
She's made a fortune doing this, but she rubbed me the wrong way a few weeks ago when she's shelling PGA teaching pros, guys that work on the job and teach. She's like, "Oh, I can do a better job than them. I heard this." And Troy's telling me, he's like, "Yeah, I played with her in pro am. She can't fucking crack 80. She's not a pro." But she
She's
took the
got
right way.
her golf swing needs some fixing. And I even
Yeah.
told her when she
she's
came in,
not a fucking she's not an
yeah,
instructor, Matt. She's
no.
not an instructor. But so I was like, I'll bend sideways, but then I read what she said. She's like, "What the fuck's everybody talking about? It's not that big of a deal." I thought it was funny as shit. But then you get all these little riffraff ones like this Hannah Gregg or Haley Ray Ostrom or there's a
I
couple
saw a
other names.
teaching pro out in the UK that
Yeah.
golf.com or golf_com, whatever the frick they are
Yeah.
on
They come out
social
of the
media, but
woodwork.
golf.com,
Oh,
they
yeah.
literally I can't even because I'm going to get really personal about this and I don't want to, but it was some woman over in the UK who's a teaching pro. And she's
Yeah.
like, "I'm so offended." It's like, girl, you are
Yeah.
trying to get your
Yeah.
15
Shot.
seconds of
Yeah.
fame to go
Yeah.
viral. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and then you've got the media outlets are trying to run with it because they know that this is great for ratings and for getting views and impressions and everything. It's something that I'll never end up doing. Mark my words, I will never go after a guy like Tiger Woods for a great joke like this. This is what Chappelle went through with the
Yeah.
whole entire Netflix deal. And by the way, if you are against Dave Chappelle, then you probably shouldn't be listening to this show. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just pretty obvious.
Or you don't like weed. But you know who put it in perspective is I'm a huge
Gummies are a
Suzanne
hell of a
Pedersen.
nighttime drug.
Yes,
Just
I'm
saying.
gonna get one later. I'm a huge Suzanne Pedersen fan, right? I think she's like one of the greatest women golfers of all time. Fierce
Awesome.
competitor, almost like a dude. The way she's like a Scandinavian Dottie Pepper to me, just a fucking grinder that wanted to kill you. But she just got named the Women's Solheim, the European Solheim Cup. And I read a thing today where she's like, what's the big fucking deal? I know fucking Tiger. I wasn't offended by anything like that. That's just two guys having fun. She's like, us girls do shit like that all the time. And it's where we're at right now.
Well,
You
then you
said
got
it,
the
right?
Olympian Michael Johnson, the sprinter,
Yeah.
who literally came out and was like, oh, just shows the type of guy that Tiger is, and that he hasn't
Oh,
learned
whatever.
anything from his transgressions and all this
Oh,
and that. It's like,
whatever.
dude,
We
Michael
all got
Johnson, stay in your lane,
transgressions.
bro. Like your lane
Yeah.
was on the race
Yeah. And you were
on a
good at it.
track. Like,
Yeah. And you
don't
were
come over to golf and think that you know what the fuck you're talking about.
I showed Lori the whole thing and at home, and I go, "What do you think about this?" She goes, "I think that's fucking funny as shit."
Yeah, I showed
You
Alyssa.
know?
She thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Lori's like, "Oh my god, that's so fucking funny! I can't believe those creepy photographers are on him that much that anybody would figure that out and then blow it out of proportion." So no harm, no foul to
But
me,
if I
man.
was Tiger, I wouldn't
Yeah,
have given an inch. I would have taken the Dave Chappelle route and owned it
yeah,
and just been
yeah,
like, go fuck yourself. But
yeah,
Tiger has,
yeah.
but also you have to understand where Tiger grew up within the media to where he wasn't allowed to go into locker rooms as a junior
Right,
golfer. So he had to,
right,
and this is why everybody thinks Tiger's fake. And I've revisited this because
right.
originally when the scandal broke and everything, I'm like, oh shit, like,
Yeah,
God, that's fucked up. But then you start to realize that no, he had to be a perfect individual for everything that was going on around him and for him to be accepted into the mainstream media for golf. Because guess what? Golf has historically been a very racist sport, and we're still dealing with it today, which I think is
yeah. Bullshit.
stupid and
It's
fucking
bullshit.
moronic, because if people can't get over the fact of a skin color at this day and age, it is fucking ridiculous. And I'm just going to put that out
Ridiculous.
there. But that
Yep.
being said, I absolutely hated everything going against Tiger on that whole thing. I thought it was absolutely nothing. I thought it was a hilarious joke. And on top of that, it goes to show you that everybody who is screaming from the mountaintops are hypocrites, because I
Yeah.
guarantee
Yeah.
you they've said stuff
Yeah.
on the golf course in private that has been way
Yeah.
worse than handing somebody a Tampax. Tampax.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Tampax?
How
Tampax.
many?
Tampon?
Well, do you
Timpon.
know how many?
Tampon? Timpon. Tampon?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it when Lori
Tampax?
sends me. I'm not. Yes.
I'm trying to figure out
Can
the
I
name
tell you
here. I'm
something?
trying to say it and understand
Lord,
the
do
pronunciation
you
of
ever
it.
have? Do you ever have to do this? I don't get offended when it's that time of the month for Lori, and she's like, "You want to do me a favor and run to the store and
No,
grab
I love
me?"
it. The lady looks at me weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's that time of month
Yeah.
for me.
I asked for help. She
Yeah.
gives me specific instructions on size and
Bobby, you
what
got to
to
get the
get and that
pearl.
kind of
Got to
stuff.
get the pearl.
I found that out the hard way when I brought back six. I buy one of each. You know what I mean? And the lady, this little lady that I know in my local Publix, and she's like, "Sugar, this too much. This too much for me at 7 in the morning, sugar." So I don't get offended. I don't get
No,
offended when the lady's in the aisle and I'm like, is this the right one? And they kind of smile and they're like, that's the best one right
it
there.
is
Because Lori's
the
like the
pearl.
no toxin. Lori's the granola, everything good in her system, no toxins. And I know,
Oh,
yeah, whatever. What
good
else you
for
got?
her. Good for her. Well,
Yeah.
Bobby, this is your time to
Yeah.
gloat. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna gloat.
You're
I'm not
down
gonna gloat.
to
I
you're
guessed
down to
right.
5,000 pennies.
Yeah, I'm down to 5,000 pennies. Rumor has it it'll go back up to 6,000 if there's any kind of trend. I mean, are we at picking this week? Because I'm not going to gloat on you. It's a
Well, hang
fluke.
on. Well, we do have to talk about it. Let's pick. Why not? Before we get
Okay.
into the Honda invitation, or I did you
I
notice on
did
the
give a
show notes
rundown on the
I put
course.
the Honda Invitational by accident
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
because I had the Genesis Invitational and I tried to
Yeah.
copy and
I didn't
paste it
notice
and it
that.
got fucked up. Yeah,
No.
my bad.
Well, first,
So
this is
it's
the
the Honda
last year of
Classic. It
it's
is
we think it's coming back. It's the last year that Honda's going to sponsor it. We
longest
thought it was
standing.
going bye-bye, but I'd heard from a few pros today that maybe there's a good chance that we are going to come back here and it's just going to be under another title sponsor. But the winner gets to pick. So, are you ready for my pick? Sungjae Im.
God damn it!
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You got
Yeah, I got
you are
motivation
so
this week.
lucky that you
Yeah.
got to pick first because you have to know that that's what I was going to go with just to fuck with
Well,
you.
of course.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You got a lot of thinking to do right now because there's not that much depth in this field, really. And, I'm going to have extra motivation because nobody knows what it's like when you stand on that fucking tee right there on fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's southeast and that south arrow is down off the right, but you're looking at these flags that are left of another hole over there and they're across. And it's just fucking, it's hard to caddy on
By the
15
way,
and 17
people,
at
for
Honda.
everybody listening, I'm not picking this just so that you know so that you don't waste money on it. I'm not picking this to win. Okay? I'm picking this just to
Okay.
beat Bobby. All right?
Okay. Who you
I
got?
just want everybody to know. I can't
Okay.
pronunciate his name properly, but I'm going with somebody that got into the field this week. I'm going with Akshay
Uh-huh.
Bhatia.
Oh my God, what the fuck are you on right now?
So the reason being is because he won there as a junior,
Yeah, he
loves the
was
golf
fucking
course,
14.
has been
He was
trying.
14.
Yeah, but if you look at his swing right now, that thing
It's
is
long and
pure.
loose. It's long and
It's
loose.
not right now though. So I agree with
Shut
you
up.
that normally it is because the kid's skinny as shit. But
Side bet? $1,000, a thousand penny side bet?
makes a cut.
Akshay, you're on.
Done.
Another thousand.
Done.
I got witnesses
You
out
got
there.
you got two you got two
YouTube.
K pennies going on here.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
do.
could lose your face out here.
I like my chances. I don't know who's on his bag,
I
but that
like
motherfucker ain't caddying
I
Bobby B this week.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like your first pick, and I liked your pick last week too, which is
Yeah,
why
I know
you
you
ended up
did.
beating
Yeah, I
me.
know you
I
did.
I try to get crafty with this pick
Yeah.
each week now because it's like, okay, you could pick some obvious people that are probably gonna finish in the top 5, or
Right.
you can just try to like show Bobby Brown who's boss around here when it comes to picking
Yeah. You've
players.
been doing a good
And
job of
yeah,
that.
I have.
I
I'm
thought
a
you'd pick Sepp Straka. Because he's won
He
here
does
before
play
and he's
well,
kind of a
yeah. No,
baller.
but he
Yeah,
has not been
yeah.
striking it well lately, so no.
Okay,
Um,
what else you got tonight for me? You got a
well,
double day,
I mean,
dog.
you're gonna go. Are you going to share with us at all what you experienced today out there at the Honda? Because I think everybody
Well,
wants to know what the course conditions look like and what does Bobby
well, oh,
expect
I don't think you were paying attention because I told you that the 4 inch
in the
Bermuda rough is
beginning.
gone.
Yeah, it's down to
Yeah,
two
the
inches.
4 inch, it's going to play a little bit.
You
Listen,
did
it
it too
blows 20
early.
or listen, get what you can on your morning tee times is all I can say here because there's not a breath of wind in the morning and then all of a sudden 11:31 a.m. rolls around and it's fucking pumping and it gusts up to 25, which makes that hole behind you. It makes every hole just a fucking headache and it's very stressful making club decisions. Sungjae hits it
Question.
up in the air.
Yeah,
Go.
so with Sungjae hitting it up in the air, and there's a huge storm coming across the West Coast. So, like right now, it's been
Nothing here.
super cold, but
Yeah, I read that.
the entire forecast, you guys are good.
Matt, it was 88 degrees. I was sweating balls at fucking 6:30 this morning. It was probably almost they have a major heat wave going on
I
here
do
right now, so
recall
it's going to be
yelling at the
hot and
Waste
windy.
Management Open from the windows to the walls to the sweat drip down
Yeah.
my balls. Yeah, that happened at Bottle Blind on hole 18. I don't know why I ended
Yeah.
up there on a Saturday, but it was Alyssa's first
Uh,
time.
okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's going to be perfect weather. But the course, I told you, we usually like it because 600 can get in a playoff here. 900 usually gets it done. But I kind of see 11 and 12 just because the rough is playable and they had to make this course. It was too hard for resort guests, right? So they took a lot of right bunkers out on 6. They took a right bunker out on 16, these are holes that average people wouldn't know, but they just made it more playable for resort people. All the bunkers have been reworked. It's very firm, compact sand that these world class players can snip the shit out of it, can spin it. So, course is mint. The
So
greens
are
are
we
mint.
saying it's going to be plus or plus? Are we talking about maybe -20 out there this week?
No, not even close. I'll call 12.
There we go.
I'll
See,
call
I was
12.
baiting you for a number.
It's always,
It's PGA
I'm going to call,
National. This is a tough fucking golf course.
yes. Well, those par threes are the fucking hardest on the fucking, they're just the hardest on the PGA Tour. That bear trap is called the bear trap for a reason because this wind is, it's just tough to deal with and it's fucking nerve
I mean,
wracking,
when
man.
three
It's,
holes play over par by thousands
yeah,
over the history
yes,
of the tournament, that's pretty
yeah.
crazy
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
PGA Tour
yeah.
players.
So I think it'll be a little bit scoring friendly, but not a lot. Would I be surprised if 9 under 1 with the wind pumping? You know, because you gust to 25 to 30 in the afternoon. No, I wouldn't
Okay.
be surprised if it was 9, but I think it'll be two or three. I think it'll be two or three better than that. So the course is in great shape. This is the golf haven down here, you know, in this Jupiter
I got
Palm
my
Beach
Florida gear
Gardens.
on, man. I've got
Yeah, I
the teal
see
with the
that.
blue, and then I got the, the
I see
G4
that.
hat on. We're just trying to
You
keep it
know,
real out here.
there's horses for courses out here. Some guys that you don't hear of and
That's
that
why I
play
went
good here
Akshay
all the.
Batia to really show my level of
I
knowledge out
man at
here.
the fucking PG. I was talking about a
I
guy
could have
like
gone Billy
fuck.
Ho just because of like a regular
Hey,
fan base,
I
but
could throw
no.
another 1,000 pennies on you and tell you that I know that Rory Sabatini loves this place and I'll take him over the fucking Akshay
To make the
Batia, who will
cut?
be out here at some point. No, no, I just meant head to head. Rory
Okay,
Sabatini loves this
let's go
place.
head to head. Another 1,000.
Another?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take
let's get
Sabo. Yeah,
you
I'll take
down.
Sabo.
Let's make this a lot
Yeah.
closer,
I'm
okay?
taking a guy who's missed 5 cuts in a row.
The over under is how bright are his clothes going to be this week in
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah,
and
they're
how
not.
big are his hats going to be? So that's going to be
This
interesting.
here's where I'm doing that little heart thing that always gets me to lose 1,000 pennies. Then when I start rooting for my friends, and but
Yeah,
we got three
you and I
bets.
were
So
talking about
yeah,
Rory Sabatini out
yeah,
at
yeah,
Waste Management. You're like, did you see him
yeah.
yesterday? I was like, yeah, I sure
He's
fucking
got the
did.
best. He's got. Well, we're standing next to him on the chipping green, and you know it's Sungjae. There's not a lot of people out there today for the pro am early in the morning, but there's probably 100 people when Sungjae goes to the chipping green. Everybody wants to go over and video and take lessons because he's got such a good short game. Nobody knows how good Sabo's is. So Josh Gregory, Sungjae's short game coach at the moment, was I helping him identify, work on some stuff and that kind of stuff. And Sabo does this trick where in front of people where he's like, no, that technique's wrong. And he goes like he's going to hit a full lob shot and he purposely tops it. He's so good. He purposely tops it and it goes like 4 yards. And he's like, man, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. And he does it like 4 or 5 times in a row that people are like, oh my God, this guy's horrible. And only us know that he's doing it on purpose, But so we got 3 bets, man. Fuck,
I
you might have
love
a
it,
Zelka. We
man.
got
Here we
plenty to talk
go.
about next week.
Yeah,
What
we
else? What
do.
else is on the
Well,
agenda?
we got the
Do you want to?
Netflix's full swing action
Uh,
here, Bobby.
uh,
I mean,
you want to know something?
quite a few cameos. And by the way, people, if you
I didn't
are
see one
yeah,
time.
I know you didn't
Well,
because
I
you didn't
watched the
really
whole
pay
thing, but
attention to my favorite episode, which was the DJ Matthew
dang it,
Fitzpatrick
you
episode.
fuck! Oh my God, that was like the second. That
Bobby,
was the
you
the,
had
the
it
second
on in the
worst one to the
background. Yeah,
Kepka one.
you didn't want to watch DJ, but you know what's funny about DJ? That
Yeah,
you and I have talked
nothing,
about off
nothing.
air.
He has no sense of
Nah,
humor.
hang on a second. You and I have talked about it off air, but he's smarter than what he portrays
Yeah,
in
of
interviews and
course.
everything. And it
He
came
made some good
across in the
points.
Netflix
Yeah,
docu series because and it wasn't anything to do with his analysis, by the way, which I know you're gonna say that he sounded a lot smarter in analysis and everything, and why he decided to go ahead and take the money. Which, by the way, DJ by far, and I told you this when it first happened. I go, that makes the most amount of sense out of anybody
yeah,
who originally went. You remember that
yeah,
because I told you
yeah.
that
Of
straight
course.
up. And
Yeah, and I
I
agree.
don't know if I ever brought it up on air, which sucks because I wish I could go back and be like, oh, listen to episode number whatever, and here's where I say it. But with DJ, because I don't have the history you do. You have that long history. You have your issues and so forth with him, because you guys were together for a long time, and obviously it's like a breakup. And if anybody ever knows a breakup, it's like, yeah, it's a chapter of your life, but at the same time, you don't really want to revisit it that often.
Right.
And with that said, I really enjoyed the fact that he sat there and he was so real for a second when that guy in the background had his cart parked in the
That was
camera view
Joey
on the
D. I
driving
think that was
range.
stage.
It
That
was,
was
it
stage because
probably
he
was,
doesn't.
but
Yeah, he
DJ,
doesn't
but that's
talk
the
like
real
that. Move
DJ.
the fucking
Oh,
car.
come on. He
Yeah.
went out. I mean, all right, the line that DJ dropped when he opened the door and goes, "You don't need to hit balls. You need to go to the practice green and work on
And
your
that
fucking
doesn't.
putting."
Do you know who that was? That's fucking Joey D. That's his steroided out fucking
I
muscle
know.
man that works him out. Who has never played golf before in his life, and he's like, oh, I thought this was my big break player. That's all stage shit. But you want to know tit for tat. I'm glad that Dustin came across smart because she came across like the dumbest fucking bitch that I know that she fucking is.
No, 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 no.
He's
Jenna Sims took the cake on
yeah,
that.
well,
I
yeah,
even
well, flip him,
so
yeah.
I today actually I'm working out and you got oh gosh, I shouldn't even say this, but you got the UFC fighter in there and everybody's kind of talking about the whole series, and sure enough, that segment with Brooks and Jenna comes up and it's like
Yeah.
how like she played herself. Like she didn't even know how to act on those interviews. Like she just played herself as like she even bragged about the fact that, oh, I slid into Brooks's DMs. Jenna,
Lie. You
Jenna,
know, I told you the real story.
first of all, Brooks should be sliding into your DMs, so you got it backwards as to like what's popular
Yeah.
and cool.
Well, I'm not going to go over it again because, there's these rumors going around that he's not happy at LIV, and you're hearing stuff that he's trying to figure out a way to
He's
get back
not
to
because
the
he's
PGA
competitive as
Tour.
shit. But do you buy
Yeah.
that he is that insecure? I don't. I
Yeah.
think he's
I don't
trying to
know.
buy like public
It was
opinion
dark.
there.
His was dark. But can I get back to my Shelling
All
Paulina
right,
thing?
go ahead,
How
man.
she's like, has to mention that my dad played hockey. Yeah, no
We
fucking
know, we
shit.
know,
And
we know.
and he's doing this, and he's doing this for me and the kids. And it's like, shut the fuck up. He's already got $200 million. This isn't extra security. And her comments about him being fucking competitive and I'm going to show people who the fuck I am. It's fucking all about her. So I did watch the DJ episode. It wasn't as long as I thought.
But
The
you
Brooks.
got Fitzpatrick on the same episode. So you got the
Yeah,
long
no, I
driving
like
Dustin
that.
Johnson
Okay.
and you got Fitzpatrick, which, by the way, that's why that's my favorite episode. I think people have this wrong because, from a production standpoint, you just put one of the shortest hitters that
No,
literally
he's
worked.
long. He's
No, no,
long
no.
as shit
Now
now,
he's
Fitz.
long. That's
Yeah,
how,
yeah,
but that was the entire episode around how
yeah.
DJ is this long bomber. And then you got Fitzpatrick, which he was always very short, but yet he knew where his weakness was because of the data and the statistics. And actually,
And
I
the
like the
analytics,
Dan
yeah.
Rappaport part where like they were buddies from,
That
what
guy's
was
a
it,
dick.
Northwestern? Yeah, but here's the thing.
He's a
He was the
dick.
one who found Fitzpatrick at the table, and I could see it like an English kid, like not knowing a whole lot of people,
Yeah.
sitting and he
He's
befriended him, and they're good friends now.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, so Dan, let me tell you my take on Dan Rappaport. He's Barstool now, right? He got
He
promoted to
is,
Barstool from
and
so he
all of
thinks
his
he's
stuff
hot shit.
goes out on foreplay.
And some of the shit that he writes is so fucking stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So let me tell you what my take on Dan Rappaport is. He knows a little about a lot. Does that make sense? He knows a little bit about a lot. I can't
Well,
stand
I
this
can tell
fucking
you, he
Dan
can't play a
Rappaport.
lick. That's for sure.
No, no, but he acts like he's can. But if you're going to ask me what my you so it came. What did it break Wednesday? And we were in alternate for the pro am. So I got done at like 10:30 in the morning. And you know me, I watched every episode all in a row. I thought the Brooks one was dark, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I had to. This is no joke. I'm going to get emotional. I had to go get a roll of toilet paper from the bathroom because I was crying. I was so emotional with the
Do you blow
Joel
your nose in
Damon.
toilet paper?
Sometimes
I
is
do
that
too.
bad for you? Yeah,
Apparently,
sometimes. No, I was
people
crying. I was
shun on it,
literally
but I do it all the
yeah, I
time.
was literally in tears with the whole Joel Damon and the Gino thing and all the stuff that Joel went through. I couldn't stop crying though. I just thought I just love this guy now. And I never liked Gino before. And now I love Gino and
Gino,
all the things
100%.
he
You're
grew up.
spot on.
Yeah, I love Gino. And you want to know what? I fucking lost it. I fucking lost it on the Tony Finau thing with his wife and losing his mom and how emotional he was. I started crying on that, and I fucking started losing my shit on Saeed
Oh
Thagala
my God. No,
with
hang on a
his
second. When I was
yeah,
watching Sahith
yeah,
Theegala, I remember what you told me. And I don't know if this was on air or not, but you're like, this kid has a swagger and confidence about him.
oh
And I'm
yeah,
watching
yeah,
that going, wow, he legitimately has a genuine swagger. It is not
yeah,
something
yeah.
that, is fake or ego or even
No,
really
yeah,
confidence. I don't really think it's that. It's that he knows his place. He knows that like he has this game and that
yeah,
it's almost because his parents don't know really about the game of golf. I feel like
right,
remember
right,
watching the Waste Management and how
yeah,
devastating
yeah.
that was. It was more devastating for the
Well,
parents than it was for him watching
it
it.
was, yeah, because you can tell the mom she didn't know anything about golf. She's
No,
like in the hole. It's like bogey or something in the hole. But I was just reliving the memories. I'm like, man, this guy almost had this golf tournament one, and he hits that sick ass shot on 17
it was
that just
perfect.
creeps in the water. Yeah,
No,
it
it
was
hit that
perfect
down
for.
slope and went to the left. He
Yeah,
got a terrible
yeah.
break.
Yeah, there's a big kicker over there, and that part of the green runs that way. But he probably hit that shot within three
Oh,
yards of
you
where
just
he
caddied
wanted to
me
hit
right
it.
there.
So,
God
yeah, I
damn it.
caddied
That's,
you,
yeah,
bro.
you really
Yeah,
did. I've played
they're
out there
supposed to hit it
twice.
right
You've
there
been
and
out there
gamble
for
on whether.
12 years. Fuck me.
I know, 15, man. Get the stats straight. So I was gonna say I did not really think the Justin Thomas Jordan Spieth
Mm-mm.
episode was good. I didn't think the Brooks Koepka one was good. I'm gonna go against you and say I didn't think the Dustin Johnson
I
one was
know you
very
didn't
short.
because of your history, but
Well, not just yeah, okay, fine, but I didn't like the little stage dinner with him and fucking
oh,
Winkle,
that
and I
was
know how
terrible.
sketch
Okay, so that
and
was bad.
Samantha
That was the
and
worst part.
AJ and
He didn't
Samantha.
even know what to say, Bobby.
No, fuck no, he
Your
didn't
feed
know what
went
to
out again,
say.
but
So
I'm telling you right now,
I
he
know.
had no idea. Like you could tell how awkward it was because
Yeah, yeah,
who was it that asked him a question and he's just like, yeah, I just,
yeah, 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 Bob.
yeah, Bob.
So, anyways, but I will say, and so those were the emotional ones were my three favorite episodes. And I will say that after watching the first one when the first one came out where you could get it off that Miller Lite can that scan, so I watched it a little bit
I
early. I'm
did
like, this
too.
is gonna suck. Well, after I watched all eight of them, and it's funny, I was staying with Darren Woolard. We call him D Woo. He's going to be a guest on our show here coming up in the next couple of weeks. Taylor Montgomery's guy, but he
You said it
walked in.
was the next 2 weeks, so it better be next week.
Yeah, it's got to be next week. It's me, margin for
I'm
error.
holding you to
But
it.
he walked in and I was crying. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking this fucking this episode." And he's like, "Holy shit, Bob!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, it's so good." So anyway, so I gave
But
it.
was it more
I gave
Gino or was it Joel? Because for me, it was
it
more
was
Gino.
Joel. It
Oh, for
was
me, it
Joel.
was
Well,
more Gino.
I love the way they talk to each other. No, but just the Joel. I lost my dad to cancer and
Ah,
everything
true.
that he went through and his wife and everything. Damn, this thing is bad right now, Matt. Good thing most of
You,
the people
you
don't watch YouTube.
you got a little bit of a glitch here with the good
Yeah.
old
Well, you know
Zoom
what it
today.
is. Well, you know what? I don't know if it's Zoom, but this West Palm area right here, I get no. Like I couldn't even talk to my kids. I actually got to FaceTime them, but I can't hear phone calls or anything like that. So I think it has to do with this Wi-Fi in this condo on the fourth
It
floor I'm
could.
staying in. So I'm gonna tell you on a whole the Netflix thing, man. I'm gonna give it a B plus to an A minus. I
Wow,
really
that's
enjoyed it,
solid.
and
I
I look
mean,
forward to. I would like to see. Am I getting ahead? If I would tell you that I would like to see a season two, but with some more down to earth players, like making the cut or trying to keep your card
well, hang
or
on a
long
second
shots that made it to
because
the
I
tour.
feel like they overplayed the theme, but at the same
Yeah,
time, every single player said the same thing, which
yeah,
is it sucks going out to a tournament,
yeah.
missing a cut, having all these expenses, and not getting paid at all.
Oh, you know who sneaky stole the show? And I told him when I saw him at Riviera, Sean Foley was awesome.
He was
Sean
awesome.
Foley
He
was fucking
was.
awesome. Amanda Baloney, take it or leave it, because they were making Dan Rappaport, Dylan Dethier, take
Well,
it or leave
Dan
it. Because
Rappaport had the most amount of appearances. I saw it today on Twitter.
well, of course. I mean, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, they're in there commentating, but Sean Foley, if you ever had a conversation with Sean Foley, you would just go, this is one of the most intelligent human beings I have ever met in my life. And he's almost got this unbelievable Butch Harmon knack of
Yes.
motivating his players
Yes.
and
You're
being
spot on.
so, yeah,
Spot
and
on.
being
I
so
got that out
positive.
of the documentary
Yeah.
too.
So I
Because,
really enjoyed that. But I caught Amanda Baloney in a couple of mistakes talking about the cut line and stuff like that,
well, they mentioned the
and
cut
she's,
line like 42 times, but
yeah,
every
and
player kind of
she
said it.
botched it like the first time. She didn't really give any explanation to it. So overall, Bobby Brown's going to give it an A minus.
Wow.
Bobby Brown's going to give it an A minus.
I'm going to give it a C for anybody
Whoa.
that plays golf and knows golf and might know a little bit about the PGA Tour. And I'm going to give it an A minus for people that have no idea about golf, because I went
Okay.
to go turn it
Okay.
off that first night as I was binge watching it. I'm trying to get ready for last week's episode by watching it all. Well, the first episode was out, and then, sorry, getting ready for this episode, I was binge watching it, and all of a sudden it got late. I realized it was like 1 a.m. And it was on a Thursday night, I want to say. And so I'm like, shit, I got to go to bed. I turn off the TV, and all of a sudden Alyssa goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm turning off the TV, going to bed. She goes, I was watching that. I'm like, you were watching that?
Yeah.
I was
Nice.
shocked. She's like,
Nice.
yeah. She's like, this is good. And I'm like,
Yeah.
really? So that's why for me, there was not much that I saw outside of it just justified the fact that my own personal opinions about a cut, there not being, a feeder league in terms of like Corn Ferry to me is not a feeder league. Like
Yeah.
a feeder league is where you can allow people who don't have a ton of money to be able to go out there without sponsors and be able to play and like grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corn Ferry's not that. Like you need to have some money. My buddy had some sponsors and played on that, and he told
Yeah.
me he lost in the upwards of 50 to
Yeah.
150 grand. So,
Yeah. You got to have a minimum 100 grand to play the
and he
Corn
made a
Ferry
few
Tour,
cuts
a
too.
minimum.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, there's
Gotcha.
that. But yeah, that's the full swing
Okay. What's
Netflix deal.
next? What's next?
Bobby, I hate to
Live.
do this to you.
What?
I hate to do it.
Uh-oh.
LIV Golf Mayakoba.
Yeah. Mayakoba. Well, what's
Rosters are
wrong with
set, buddy.
that? Oh
Well, I
yeah,
know
they're
it's
so
getting a little late
powerful.
there, but guess what? You got an afternoon tee time. You're
I'm
gonna be
hanging in
fine.
there. Yeah, I'm gonna hang in there. Yeah, but I'm gonna go out. My kid. Oh, we didn't even talk about my kid.
Oh,
Is
let's
in
talk
this
about
week
your
with.
kid.
Yeah, so Daniel the Great, Pearson Cootie's got a spot, and so they tee off at 8:29 tomorrow. And guess who Monday qualified yesterday? The twin
His
brother
brother.
Parker Cootie, and he's got his dad on the back, and their tee times are 8:20 and 8:31 off of number one. So I am gonna
No
fucking go
shit.
watch. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch my kid get at it with
Oh, you're
Pearson
going
and watch the
early.
other one. Yeah, I'm gonna go early. Professional, pro jock, man,
Wow.
professional. So I'm gonna go. I told Sungjae I'm gonna go watch my kid. I'm gonna go watch my kid play, and he's like, "Oh, you gonna be too tired?" And I'm like, "Fucking shut up, man. I'm not gonna be
Dude, I was
fucking
just thinking the
tired."
exact same thing as Sungjae.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Well, I used to until Bones got me some years ago when I was working for Dustin. My routine was I'd go walk all 18 holes in the morning to give Dustin information that turns out to be useless information because conditions are so different in the afternoon. And Bones pulled me to the side one day and he goes, "Can I? You do such a good job." He goes, "Can I give you a little bit of advice?" And I go, "Sure. What's advice that you want to give me?" And he goes, "Would you stop going out and watching these fucking players play 18 holes in the morning when you're in the afternoon? Your man needs you to be fresh." But this is special and it's 9 holes, and I want to watch Daniel and I want to watch Pearson. And so Daniel, just so everybody knows, so Pearson Cootie, everybody now knows who he is. So he's in this week. He got a spot next week in the $20 million Bay Hill Arnold Palmer Bay Hill
Wow.
event. He got a spot into Tampa. And listen to this. You remember how I was like all mad at James Hahn for blowing out Daniel after 4 weeks? James Hahn called Daniel last week and he goes, "Man, I can't let it go that I was so stressed out the way I was playing golf and I took it out on you. Can you ask Pearson if you can caddy for me in the Players Championship just for 1 week while I find a new caddy?" So Daniel's got 5 PGA Tour events going, looks like, in a row until the Corn Ferry starts back up. So
You know,
it's
you could
good
kind
to
of
see
sense that if you
Daniel.
look into it on the James Hahn episode, which everybody wants
Yeah,
James Hahn back on, by the way, Bobby.
I
We've got a
know. I know.
lot of
We'll get him back.
people
He'll do
of
it.
our audience
Yeah,
members
he'll
that
do it.
want James Hahn back, but you could tell that
Yeah.
he didn't feel good
Yeah.
about how
No,
he
he
acted
didn't.
with
He's got a
Daniel.
big heart. You know,
Good
he's
dude.
got a big heart.
I
Good
I
dude.
felt I
Great
fell
dude.
in love with
Like
the
one of my
dude. I'm like,
best.
shit, you're here in
Yeah,
Scottsdale. Let's
one of
go
my
play some
best.
golf, man. But he's on the PGA
Yeah.
tour. I'm not.
Yeah, one of my best friend, maybe my best friend out here, player wise for sure.
Well,
So
can you set
okay,
up a
so
round
let's.
for your boy? Jesus Christ, I want to go play with the guy. Gosh,
He
that's fine.
probably would do that. Yeah,
He
he probably
probably
would do
would.
that.
He would
Yeah,
probably
he
do
would.
you some charity work and
Yeah,
play
he
with
would.
me. It would be fine.
He would do that if it worked out. I'll get to work
Yeah,
on that,
I
Matt. I'll
mean,
put
it'd be
that on my
fine.
list of nine
It's
thousand things to do. Anyways, let's go to Live Golf. Yes, they're starting up. I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story is you know, our podcast, as we were talking about, we have this cool ass cult following, right? We haven't hit the big time stage yet, but we feel like things are going in that direction. But you know, we dropped Nito Pereira before anybody else, you know, and then everybody else gets credit for it. We dropped Danny Lee before everybody else, and then everybody else gets fucking credit for it. And I just laughed my ass off. But it's so funny. But it was like we were out there last week, and Brendan Steele was playing a practice round in front of us. And then the next morning, I woke up and he WD'd, and I fucking told Troy, I go, fucking Steely's fucking going. He goes, shut, come on, Steely's
well,
not
you knew
going.
because you
And I
caddied
go,
for him.
yeah, I go, Steely's fucking go. I go, Steely's going. I can feel it. You know, it's like when you like that 6 horse in the Kentucky Derby and he wins by 10 lengths. I could just feel it. I knew something was up because I know Phil couldn't get the guy. He couldn't get Cantley and he couldn't get Cameron Young. And I know him and Steely gamble all the time. So I'm like, Steely's fucking going. So randomly, Troy's like, you might be right. I go, he WD for a reason because if the word gets out, he's sensitive and he doesn't want to catch the fucking shit in the locker room from everybody because he's fragile like that. Oh my God, Bobby Bizzle, people don't like me. I can't be seen, Bobby Bizzle. So Keegan texts me about some other random topic, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna set Keegan up because they're best friends. And I was answering some personal questions to Keegan about some stuff. And I go, man, you're not gonna believe this. I had this crazy ass dream that the reason why Steely WD'd is because he didn't feel right being in the locker room knowing he was going to live. And this is text, right? And he goes, ha, ha, ha. He didn't take the bait. He goes, ha, ha, ha. What a crazy dream. And then the next day it fucking broke. And I fucking just was shelling. And I'm like, you're such a good friend. And he's like, I couldn't say anything and everything like that. So he's obviously a new addition to Mickelson's team. Dean Burmester's a new addition off of this
Oh,
tour,
you're
even though
Burgermeister. I
Burgermeister,
mean,
Meister Burger.
hang on. Can we
Yeah.
start with this though? Because I
Yeah. Do
want
you
to
want to run down
start.
the rosters?
Normally I love to start with positives. With Live Golf, for whatever reason, I love to start with kind of just like shitting on it and then building it back up again. It's like
Okay.
what a coach would
Shit on it.
do with a
Shit
shitty
on it.
team, and then you try to
Yeah.
build them back up. It's like the
Yeah.
bad news
Yeah.
bears.
Yeah.
Live Golf Mayakoba. So Greg Norman, he probably shouldn't say some of the shit that he says. With the
He's a douche.
we're getting 7 of the top 20 players coming over.
Oh my God, they got Danny Lee and fucking Brendan Steele. And
What
you
a
want to know
tough
something?
look that was.
Fuck. And Dean Burger Meister, who's probably, and you know the funny thing about Steele is, I'm surprised because I've seen him up close a few times this year. He's getting ready to win again. I can just tell that he's getting ready
Really?
to win again. He was swinging good. He was putting well at Sony, and I even told his coach Chris Mason, I'm like, I fucking think that Steely's gonna fucking pop again because he wins about once every 4 or 5 years. But Danny Lee, fucking take him because he's the biggest quitter on the fucking planet, right? And nobody likes his little fucking antics. You don't like getting paired with him. He breaks clubs and shit like that. So
God, I hope
you can
people don't
have
think
you
that
can
about
have.
me.
But Greg Norman, I mean, come on. I mean, I'm reading today. They're like, oh my God, they just got, they just first got their corporate sponsor for Play Us or
No,
whatever it is.
no, it's a logistics company. I don't even know the name of it. So
It's
touche to
Patrick
you.
Reed's It's Patrick Reed's sponsor. It's
Oh
one of Patrick.
no.
It's on his logo already. So they didn't go out and hustle a fucking sponsor at all. It's Patrick Reed's.
And for a
sponsor that just
logistics
fucking
company, by
carried
the way, if
over.
you're trying to ship stuff, you should probably go UPS, FedEx, maybe even
Yeah.
USPS, but
DHL, use DHL,
DHL.
something like that.
But
So run
this
down the
place.
rosters. We got a
All
lot
right,
to talk about.
we do. So let's. I mean, because the rosters just got set for this
Yeah.
upcoming season. So we got
Yeah,
the
because
four
they didn't
aces.
have all these teams in place
No,
yet. They were
yeah, they
jonesing
didn't
for
have. I mean,
players.
some of these names jumped around a little bit, which I
Yeah.
noticed. We'll talk about it as we go along. But four aces, I mean, pretty much the same. Dustin
Yeah.
Johnson is the captain. You got Patrick Reed. You got your favorite player ever
Fat
on the face of the
ass.
planet. Good
The fat ass is back.
old Patty Perez. And then you
Batman.
got Peter Uline, which is
Well,
his dad owns
we
Titleist.
another thing we didn't get credit for, right? Because we called it months
Yeah,
ago when we
we
found
did.
out that Gooch and Uline, that Gooch's wife had enough and she didn't want to be around the fucking drama queens
Out
and the
goes
drama
Gooch.
kings.
In comes
In
Uline.
comes
Uline's
Uline.
like,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I I don't care about drama. I've been dealing
Yeah.
with it my entire life. My dad is the
Right.
CEO of Titleist. Let's roll. So Peter Uline jumps in after having a great year,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that team,
Yep.
I feel like, actually got stronger.
It's good.
Then
Yeah.
you got Gleeks GC, which, by the way, did you see some of the logos changed and everything too? So
Yeah. Yeah.
they went from their MS DOS style emojis of these icons that they created for these logos to now they actually brought
Yeah.
in like a graphic designer, which I applaud.
Right.
They're going through phase 1, they're going into phase 2. I get it. Yeah. The Gleeks are Captain Martin Keimer. You got Graham McDowell on there. You got Richard Bland, and you got Bernd Weisberger. Okay?
Cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a team, so that's
Right.
cool. Are they
Okay.
going to win this year? No.
No.
So you
No
got
chance.
the
Third
Crushers,
worst team out there.
GC. No, they're not, but they're close.
To me.
Like,
To me.
they tomorrow.
We're gonna
We've
disagree
got.
on the worst team, but go ahead.
Oh no. Okay, I'm looking forward to this debate because we haven't talked about it.
Okay,
We
go.
got the Crushers GC with Captain Bryson D. Shambucho, and then we've got
Yeah.
Paul Casey, and yes, I know I said his name wrong. Paul Casey, Charles Howell, Triple Sticks, and then we've got Anaban Lahiri, which is your favorite player ever. Aniban. I take plenty of
Yeah.
time. So Fireballs GC with Captain Sergio Garcia, Abraham
Yep.
Answer, Carlos Ortiz, Eugenio Chacara.
Chicada.
And then
Yeah.
we've got the High Flyers, which, by the way, I'm just going to add the prerequisite here that this is the most pathetic team I've ever seen. But you're gonna disagree with me, and you're gonna.
I got one that's
dive in.
worse.
We've got
Yeah.
Captain Phil Mickelson that looks like he's actually post-death at this point. It's
Yep.
unbelievable. We talked about it. I hope that he's actually okay and healthy because if I'm cracking
Yes.
jokes and he's got something really bad, I'm actually going
Cancer.
to be a terrible person.
Bad man. Yeah. Yeah.
Cameron Tringali, James Piot. Is it Piot or Piot?
Piot, Michigan.
Piot?
He's the Michigan State guy that fluked in the
Yeah.
USAM.
So he didn't think he was going to be a part of this. By the way, he
He's
thought
getting
he was
relegated.
done
He gets
after that
relegated
rookie
next
year.
year.
Yeah, he was supposed to be out, but they couldn't get that 7th player in from the PGA Tour, and so he stayed on. And then your boy Brendan Steele,
Oh my God, Bobby Bizzle.
Bobby Bizzle, you you picked this one, Bobby. You did a great job. Okay, so Ironheads GC.
And now you're coming to the worst team on LIV. Go ahead.
I don't know why I'm blinking on the screen, but that's pretty cool. Wait, you think this is the worst team? The Ironheads
Almighty.
GC?
Yeah.
With Captain Kevin Na? Siwon Kim? What do you know about Siwon Kim? Really? You think Siwon
big old
Kim?
6'3" Korean ain't done shit at any other big level.
Then you got the killer Danny Lee out there.
Oh my God, he's a pussy. He quits.
Then you got Scott Vincent.
He's a fucking quitter.
I gotta be honest. I don't know who Scott Vincent is.
There's your worst team.
I apologize, Scott. This is
get to this important team that apparently has 3 captains.
Hang on, fucking Majestics. Jesus Christ, guys, can you have bigger egos than the fucking 3 Majestics? I mean, do you guys even have a 4th player out there? I mean, you guys went triple captains. Did you guys see what happened to BlackBerry Technology when they had 2 co-CEOs? Like they went under. I mean, it's gonna happen to you guys too because guess what? you can't have three leaders. You got to have one. But you've
Yeah.
got co-captain Henrik Stenson. And by the way, did you notice that his name is listed first and it's not
Yes.
actually,
Yeah.
is it in alphabetical order? It might be. Co-captain Ian Poulter and then
No.
co-captain Lee Westwood. And
Westwood.
then your poor guy there, Sam Horsfield.
Who's a baller? Who's good? He might actually be the best player on that team.
Right now, I happen
Yeah.
to agree.
Yeah.
Then you've got the
Okay.
new team, which is the Range Goats.
What the fuck is that?
This is
Bubba's
clearly a
such
Bubba
nerd.
Watson team.
What a nerd.
This is when you buy the general's car and you drive it around Scottsdale.
Yeah.
All right, so Captain Bubba Watson, you are a range goat, buddy. You love posting videos of you like chipping in people's simulators and all different types of bullshit. So Harold Varno III, sorry, I'm not sorry that you're on that team. Taylor Gooch, and then good old the best player they could come up with for the new players.
Who is good?
Well,
he is
he
good,
doesn't.
but
He
he's
doesn't have the
right?
confidence. He doesn't have the confidence that a lot of the top players have. He's a great talent.
I'm going to disagree with you and say that I would on Dustin's team. Taylor Gooch is a better all-around player than Peter Uihlein.
I agree, but Peter Uihlein had the better year last year.
Yeah, he did. Peter
Uihlein, for the first time ever, actually came out and balled out. Like that was the first time everybody ever saw Peter Uihlein play the way Peter Uihlein can play.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Next team.
Smash GC, your favorite Jenna Sims team with Brooks Koepka. You got Matthew Wolf, who couldn't handle Phil's team. Apparently they had some drama. Jason Kokrak, and then you had Chase Koepka, which Chase... I mean, you could have taken Austin's round and just been Brooks's caddy, but you decided I want to play. So there you go. You got that going for you. You were on Bob Does Sports, which is pretty cool. And then you got Ripper GC, and I actually feel bad about this one.
Shouldn't that be Dustin's team name, the Rippers? Doing a big old Ripper?
Did you see how many when Adidas dropped them that all the tweets and everything with three cocaine lines, and they're like,
yeah, fuck yeah. We were all talking about it on the Bunny and Gray today.
Dustin pitched Adidas on a new campaign for the 3 lines. and they
always
balked.
Big ones.
Oh, you got to go railroad tracks on that. Yeah. So you got Ripper GC, which, by the way, I'm with you. I think that should have been
my
DJ's
palms
team.
are sweating just thinking about the old Ripper days myself.
Oh my God, so am I. But we got Captain Cam Smith, Mark Leishman, Matt Jones, and Jedediah Morgan.
Yeah.
That
soon to be relegated, Jedediah Morgan. Jesus Christ. That's
I'm just
stink.
like, man,
that's a stink.
Cam.
That's a stink. They got Cam and they got Leash. That's about all.
I was really hoping Cam was going to have a real team. But Stinger GC, you got Captain Louis Oosthuizen. By the way, if this sounds long-winded, it fucking is, okay? Because there's a lot of players that just aren't fucking relevant. So you got Captain Louis Oosthuizen, you got Charles Schwartzel, Brennan Grace, and then your boy, Dean Burgermeister.
Right.
Burmester. And then Torque GC with, actually, this might be the best team. With
you're not kidding.
Joaquin Neiman, Mito Pereira, Sebastian Munoz, and David Puig.
There's some fucking firepower in there. The jury's out on Puig from ASU. The jury's out on him. But goddamn, those he can flat out fucking play. And those fucking first 3 names, man, they can fucking go scary low. Those motherfucker go balls to the wall. That's a nice team right there. I'm gonna tell you that Kevin Na team is that Kevin Na team is stink bomb central.
Do you want another 1,000 penny bet?
No, not yet.
Because I'm going to tell you right now that my pick for the last place team this week at Mayakoba is going to be the High Flyers.
Okay, so for 1,000, you got the High Flyers
for the last place team.
Okay. So you can only win this 1,000 penny bet if your team finishes last.
Yeah. Well, the worst.
Going with Kevin. Yeah. Oh, the worst. So it's a head-to-head thing?
It is a head-to-head thing. So if you go with Iron Heads, we're going head-to-head as to who's going to be worse.
Okay, I'm taking Kevin Na's team. That's going to be
Done.
worse. 4,000
People,
pennies on
we
the
got
line.
4,000 pennies out here on this episode. I
Yes,
can't believe we pulled
yes.
this off. This is unbelievable.
Gotcha,
And then
gotcha.
Adidas happens to end their
Yes,
15-year relationship with DJ and Sergio. Now it's being spun, by the way,
yep, yeah,
to where all the teams are going to be wearing uniforms and all this and that. And that's why the apparel companies ended up bailing and whatnot.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really
I
buy
know.
that
My
much.
opinion. Well, my opinion. We talked about this in golf shots, green grass
Yep.
accounts, and that kind of
They
stuff.
don't want them.
There, all these. There, it's all about green grass sales, retail sales. You never know who you're going to offend when you're associated with the Saudi, anything to do with Saudi Arabia. You're some of your members at your clubs. Who how do you know that somebody in Adidas didn't have a cousin that they lost in 9/11 or something like that? So I think that that's the way they're spinning it off because Adidas could have made the team fucking uniforms
Exactly. That
for Dustin
you hit the nail on the head.
because
They could have taken the
they
entire team.
say the rumor going around the campfire was nobody sold more Adidas, like Ricky with Puma, nobody sold more Adidas clothing for Adidas than Dustin, right? Dustin sold more clothing for Adidas than anybody else. So that's just the way that they're
Well, and then
spinning
you
it
look
to
at
me.
TaylorMade, right? And TaylorMade has
Yeah.
none of the guys that they actually give clubs to in any
Yeah.
of their marketing.
Yeah.
I have paid
Right.
close attention to this.
You
DJ
think
is
these
nowhere to be
fucking
seen.
no, you think these Nimrods are gonna wear this fucking gear at the Masters? Their team shit?
I don't think they're going to be allowed to. It was like I feel like the
Are
DP World Tour did that too, to where they're like, no, you can't wear that. And then
No, but remember they did. Remember Patrick Reed did.
Patrick Reed's Patrick
Yeah,
Reed. Let's
yeah,
be
yeah.
honest here.
That's a good one to keep a beat on. To keep a beat on when
Let's
April
keep an
rolls
eye on
around.
that because they're
Yeah,
going to be playing in
yeah.
all of the majors. The PGA still hasn't said
Well,
anything.
there's only a handful of guys that are the PGA
Eligible.
and the U.S. Open have. Yeah, but the British Open just said that they're going to allow LIV players to play, and they should. You
But
know
the
what I
ones that
mean?
are
They
eligible.
should.
And then
Yeah, the
obviously the
ones
ones
that
that
are eligible.
qualify.
Yeah. The ones that are eligible. Yeah, the ones that are eligible. But I'm going to tell you. So they're at Mayakoba, right? It's a fucking tight golf course with mangroves anywhere. Here's my call. God, you should throw 1,000 pennies on this. DJ doesn't crack the fucking top 10 at Mayakoba. He's never played there before. The mangroves sneak up on you if you're not driving it fucking good. I said this episodes ago. This fucking golf course, I look like a fucking the biggest idiot on the planet, which wouldn't be the first time with some of my picks. But DJ fucking shoots a wad out there. He doesn't top 10. Fucking kills me to say it, but the one guy that loves that fucking course is the fucking scumbag himself, Pat Perez. Loves that golf course. He
You
won
think
there. He
Pat
won there
Perez, this
many
is his big
moons ago.
event?
Well, I don't know. No, because he sucks. He's not any good anymore. So, but I'm just telling you, he historically has played good there in the past. No, he's not gonna play good. He doesn't have any fucking hardly any fucking game left. He can't fucking barely make a cut on the fucking Asian tour. Oh, I shouldn't say that. He had it going in his T52 in that fucking Saudi Arabian Asian tour event. My apologies, Pat. Hey, what are you guys doing right now? All the chicks are out there sunbathing with their fucking, Paulina and Fatty's fucking wife are out there in their fucking G strings at those nice resorts there, and AJ's wife Samantha Maddox, and I put on Paulina's fucking Instagram, and I'm like, she's a fucking parent, fucking posting shit like this with her ass crack and her gash hanging out and everything, and it's just like, oh my god, it's fucking all about fucking her. But remember this, she made the quote. Dustin did this for her and the kids, so they're financially secure, so they don't have to worry about a goddamn thing.
You didn't even get the best quote of them all, though, from Paulina.
What was it? My dad's a hockey player? No
No,
shit.
that Dustin's going to show you exactly who the fuck he is.
she's like, she's a terrible human being.
I'm like, do you know that
know,
he's playing in
I'm
Mayakoba?
going to
Might
tell you,
not.
I'm going to tell you I am fortunate because my better half, Lori, is a very all natural, no Botox, no lips, mini boobs, beautiful, beautiful young lady, and her twin sister, who's condo I'm at, Amanda, dated Dustin forever, and she is the cutest little 5'6", still same frame as Lori. Bill, I'm going somewhere with this prop story right now, and she's just a sweetheart, and she's a workaholic, and she's one of my favorite players. And I was talking to, man, he's on TV. He calls golf. I'm not going to mention his name. He used to caddy. He's a
Oh, you
good friend of
have
mine.
to. It's an unfiltered
Yeah.
podcast. It's the end of the
Well, you
episode.
got to
We
think
almost
he's
went
going to
for
be
2
following
hours.
our group. He'll be following our group. And we were talking about, he's got a nice Twitter account too. And we were talking about Paulina, and he just called her a pathetic, she's not hot, and she's a terrible person. And then Amanda, my sister-in-law, the name came up, and he goes, God, I miss her because she was the one tour wife that never had anything done to her face. She was this dainty little brunette prancing around there, just happy and super nice to everybody. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm propping Amanda and Lori right now compared to Paulina.
Hey,
Fucking
congrats.
Dustin.
So
Yeah.
is that a little bit of the bitterness?
I don't know. I don't like the way he treated Amanda. She was my sis. She was like one of my best friends, and I just don't. I saw so much shit in the shenanigans they pulled in, and no woman deserves that. And congratulations, Dustin. You scarred her for fucking life now because she has no commitment. She's in love with this guy, and I think they go back and forth. This guy named Ben here. And I just think that and I told her, I go, oh, you got commitment issues. And she's like, yeah, you fucking think I got commission issues? And I like her because she drops more F bombs than me. You know what I mean? She goes,
Yeah.
you fucking think. And I just think this, whatever he did to me, he did to me. He made me a lot of money, and he put me on the map because I keep getting good bets.
Well, you
right?
did
So I'm
fire him
appreciative
first,
for
Bobby.
that. Well, I did. Yeah, nice move there. But what's even worse is people don't know is that fucking Lancava came in and he quit to go to work for Tiger, which I understand that. But I think Dustin won about fucking 18 more times than Tiger
but
did.
hang on. Can we
run.
take the quick segment here to where, guess who asked for Bobby back? Dustin Johnson. Guess who asked for Bobby back this week? Sungjae Im.
Sungjae Im.
Is there something here, Bobby, to where
Maybe
you are just a legend of
people
legends?
still like me?
And like,
oh, I don't know about that.
I
I
do have to
that,
say,
buddy.
on the Matt Every episode, he did clue me in when you lost Zoom connection, which happens often.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't realized yet, it happened on the last episode. You're in a sketchy spot tonight to where you keep losing
Ladies and
video
gentlemen,
feed.
I just want you to know that I have like $1,000 worth of proper podcast equipment that Matt mailed me centuries ago that he gives me shit about all the time because I never travel with it because I don't like paying overweight baggage. But that just makes no excuse when it's sitting at my house.
I'm so
when I
glad
do these at home.
that I'm not drinking my Bushwood Spirits right now, which is the sponsor of this episode. And my God, thank you, Bushwood. Brad, you are an awesome fucking dude. I met him in person, by the way, at a whiskey event in Scottsdale. Such a cool guy. I mean, it's a full-on lifestyle brand. I mean, it's based off of Caddyshack with the Bushwood Country Club, and that's how he views the world.
Well, why don't you tell him if they want to get going on the PGA Tour that he can fucking logo up a sleeve of mine or something like that? You know what I mean?
No. It's early on for them as well, but that's why we've got that synergy.
Brad and Bushwood, here's the deal.
Brad Carpenter.
You don't need to pay me. Hey, Brad, here's the deal. If you listen to this, bro, you don't need. First year's on me. You keep supplying my host here who puts so many hours and so much time and effort into making this little cult following of ours a successful mission. I'm just here strictly for shit talking and personality. But I would be proud to put your logo on my sleeve as long as you keep filling up this man's canteen or glass or whatever he drinks out of. Keep sending
Crystal
him product
Stemware for tonight's episode.
Brad Carpenter. That's only for the first year. The second year,
you gotta pay out. You gotta pay out. But Brad, keep doing what you're doing, buddy. And if you want to take up Bobby on his offer, let me know. But thank you for sponsoring tonight's episode, which is our 50th. Awesome. And Bobby, my God, you are a damn
We got
legend.
action this week. We got action.
Is it 4,000 pennies?
Fuck yeah. I could be out.
I
could be
1,000 out. Down 1,000 pennies after this week. Do you remember them all?
There's no... Yeah, no. Yeah, I do. We got the last place bet in LIV. I got
Oh, you're like me,
Sabo over.
dyslexic. You're going
Yeah,
backwards and
yeah,
forwards.
yeah. Oh, I do. I told you how I count numbers: 137 and
Oh my
17,
God, I
37,
really am
47 and 7,
dyslexic.
54.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so we got the live. So we got the live bad. Who's the worst team bet? Who beats
Yeah,
who?
that's
We have
one.
Akshay Bhatia. You say
Yeah.
makes a cut. I say misses the cut. You're giving me
Oh no,
money
no, no!
there.
You jumped.
I
You jumped. You're like me. You jump around.
Sabo.
But we've got
Sabo.
Sabo versus
Yeah.
Akshay.
Yeah. And I have
We've got Akshay
uh,
making the cut, and then we
yeah.
have
You so bad caddy versus
Akshay Matia.
Akshay Bhatia. You put all your eggs in
You
one basket,
you have to
motherfucker.
listen. I definitely have 3,000 pennies on Akshay Bhatia. Which Akshay, if you fuck up this week,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
send your parents a note.
If anybody's wondering what Matt's going to be doing tomorrow, he's going to be. I know he works 12 hours a day putting all of this together besides his real job, but besides that real job, but he's going to be on PGA Tour, fucking getting updates all the time.
Listen,
Matt.
every meeting that I have tomorrow with every podcast host, I'm literally going, and I train, by the way, podcast hosts as well. So I'm going to be not only in meetings, but I'm going to be on my iPad, which happens to be below my screen. So that's why every once in a while I'll look down, because I'll look at our show notes. But I will be watching PGA Tour Live, and I might even have a split screen on the iPad, which if you don't know how to do it, with the Peacock full main feed that's going on, because Peacock has the mainstream for the Honda Classic this week. So I'm pretty excited that my iPad can provide me with
I have one more request from you, Matt.
Oh, please do.
Can I go to bed now?
Yeah, could you fucking get some sleep, Bobby? Jesus Christ, buddy. You drove fucking 9 hours down to Florida. We all know you didn't make it in 9 hours because you just said you can make it in 7 if you speed. But my young son, I kept imagining him in the back, and my God, it took me 32 hours to get down to Florida.
You, Matt.
But, Bobby, I love you too, buddy. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Catch up next week with some secret information on Sungjae Im. See you, brother. Have a good one.
See you, Bobby. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Season 2 of the Pull Hook Golf Podcast. Make sure to hit subscribe and go to www.pullhookgolf.com for more